Yes, let's get down to business, all right, because it is round 17 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. Great to have your company right across Gippsland and the Valley. Of course, it is Gippsland Live. We're coming to you from the Wonthaggi Rec Reserve today for this all-important clash. Wonthaggi rolling into this game on a 13-game winning streak and the form side of the competition, and they take on the Traralgon Maroons, who sit in fourth but were bitterly disappointed with last week's result. Of course, they're a much loved club. They take their pride with them as well. They'll be disappointed with their output. Today they get a chance to rectify that problem and have a competitive game and hopefully get the win away from home. It all shapes up as a great game. These two sides might meet each other in a few weeks' time when it comes finals time. It is going to be a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Well, maybe not quite weather-wise. The blue sky is sort of intermittent at the moment. Rain at the moment not sort of coming down, but the wind is pushing across from the left to right at this Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. Great to have your company. My name is Daryl Cooling, and joining me, my co-commentator. That's right, co-commentator this afternoon is Nick Boxelicino. Boxer, good afternoon. Please be okay.
Yeah, I'm okay, Scott, man. I'll get it right. No, it's all good. Yeah, I am a little bit husky. People do like this voice, though. I've been getting a few good comments out there from my fan club, all three of them. And then, no, look, it's going to be an interesting game as well, too. You spoke about it, Scud. Both sides, I think Traralgon's got a lot to play for in regards to the disappointment from what happened last week. And I think their forms have been a little bit inconsistent as well. They travel over here to Wonthaggi, who are just on fire at the moment, 13 straight wins. As you said, I'm really looking forward to the game. It's just the conditions. I just watched the guys having their shots at goals and the balls were pulling across, and I didn't see a goal get kicked at all. But looking forward to a very good game.
Of course, special comments this afternoon. We welcome Andrew Howe for Carpet Country. Howie, how are you?
I'm great, thanks, Scud, and great to be here.
What are you looking forward to out of this game?
Well, I'm looking forward to this first quarter just to see how clean the ball can move while it's not heavy and while the conditions aren't going to play a big part in it. So we've got Wonthaggi that have got the scoring end, I believe, in the first quarter. So they're going to be kicking down to the Inverloch end of the oval, and that wind it's a big difference. It's 4 or 5 goal difference, I think, there.
And the number one statsman in the business is Paul Carter. Good afternoon to you. You're here for Traralgon Mazda, the new hybrid Mazda CX-60. Elevate your world.
Good afternoon, Daryl and gents. Well, Traralgon have to prove themselves against one of these top 5 sides, and it's something they haven't been able to do so far this year. If they can put up a really good showing and maybe even pinch the game, who knows, that'll be something they need to do if they're going to make any sort of waves in the finals this year.
Now, just looking here before the ball bounces, there's a big change in the middle there. Traralgon is actually starting on the ball. Now, normally a deep defender with a great intercept mark, starting on the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Big call there.
She's on down to the other goal square as well. Harley and Lopez going at it already.
Well, and a little bit of push and shove. That's exactly what I want to see. Connor Little will come in there to help out Lopez. The umpire will just wait and have a chat to him. As the two ruckmen look at each other, it will be Jacobson for the Maroons up against Big Tomahutha for Wonthaggi. The power midfield consists of Murray, of course Ryan Sparks, who has been the form player of the competition this year and one of the true veterans of the comp in Aidan Lindsay. While for the Maroons, it is Snyder. D'Angelo's in there as well, and as we said a couple of moments ago, the big move is that Traralgon will roll into the middle of the ground as well. Interesting to see maybe if he has a bit of a run with roll on Sparks, but looks like D'Angelo will start there in this first quarter. For Virtue Holmes is underway and Jacobson gets the tap down, but Lindsay was quick on it, kicks it out wide, doesn't quite get the distance that he was looking for. D'Angelo was first at ground level, shuffles it through his legs. Out the back there was Schultz, tried to take it with him, couldn't go too far, and the umpire will cross his arms and ball it up in the middle of the ground. Round 17 in Alinta Energy Gippsland League. Again, Jacobson taps it down. Murray gave a quick handball across out towards Bates, who kicks it high for the power to half forward. Far side of the ground. Coming out to meet this one is Davey. Left it behind. Scolters came in, squeezed a handball a little, but he ran out of real estate, and we have a boundary throw in on the far side.
Just have a look at that water that is just splashing up off the ground. It is absolutely soaking out there.
It definitely is soaking out there at the moment. There's water flying around everywhere. Ball's thrown back in. No, actually, Ruckman actually went for the ball at all then too. Ball's getting thicked around. It's pretty close to the boundary line there, and it's still going to go back out of bounds on the far side of the ground. I reckon we'll get a fair bit of play out there this afternoon too. And that was Schneider that brought the ball over the boundary line there for Traralgon. I think the umpires are going to have a bit of fun out there, that far side. The scoreboard side of the Wonthaggi Rec Reserve here as well. Both ruckmen didn't actually get a tap out of the way. Picked up there by Bates. Bates gets the ball kicking inside, looking for Harley. Harley couldn't mark. Actually, it was Mobilia. The ball comes in low. All defenders really.
Oh,
it was a very hard
dump
tackle. And that was against Hutchinson too. A couple of players have come in to remonstrate. And it wasn't Hutchinson. It was. And it's Connor Little who's got the free kick.
Handballs it off now to McMahon. He kicks it outside his defensive 50. The target will be Hamilton. 2 bites at it. Didn't quite complete in the end. At ground level there, nicely was... It was Lindsay. And we'll have another stoppage. So no score. 2 minutes in. Breeze favouring the way. Wonthaggi kicking in this first quarter. This time Hutha tapped it down. Sparks got tackled by 2 Maroons. And we'll have another ball up. 70 metres out from goal. Howie, have you noticed any key matchups at the moment?
Louis D'Angelo on Sparks. There is not much room between them.
And needs to be like that for the whole game. Picked out of the ruck there by Jacobson. Rolls around and gets the half forward. Out in the front of Schilling. He meets it. Doesn't quite gather it. Hamilton was there though. Tries to get a handball out. Couldn't do so. He was under some pressure by Schultz. And again, we'll get another stoppage.
Another stoppage here as well. Schilling met the ball pretty well. I would have expected him to actually take a few players out there too. So Jacobson and Hutha. They'll give that one there to Jacobson. Handball comes out from Schneider. It was caught a throw by the umpires to Bates. So Bates wheels around. Actually, it's Tom Murray. He looks like Bates. Swings on that left foot, looking for Hutchinson. He overrun the ball. Goes close to the boundary line there too. But Lopez, he takes on both the players where his opponent, Harley, picked the ball up, was smothered then by Little, and finds the ball out of side on the 50-arc line there for the Wonthaggi forward line.
I think that was a massively important smother then, just to control the footy and push it out of bounds, just to get that reset and that boundary throw in.
Still no score. 3 minutes in. Back in. Jacobson with a double tap down, but picked up by Sparks. Goes inside forward 50. Meeting it nicely. Back there was Collison. Handballs to a teammate in Hurrigan. Quick kick. Goes out towards Schilling with a big fly. Can't complete the mark. Cunico front and square will kick it out of bounds on the full. Actually, might have looked for you, Howie.
Yeah, strong hands.
So the free kick's going to go in the way of Wonthaggi. Chug tried to take it, but they said, no, we'll bring it back, and it will be Knowles. So Tim Knowles, speaking of defenders, good to see Shannon Bray back out there for the Power, coming back from that knee injury. Knowles' kick might be turned over, although Scolders dropped the mark that he should have taken. He's under pressure from Mobilia now, who fights at ground level. Well done by Scolders. Second ever was good. Gave a quick handball, the releasing kick, and the free kick will go to Chug. The whistle was blown. McMahon didn't hear it, and Chug said, that's okay. I'll take the free kick. 4 minutes in, we've had no score. Breeze favouring Wonthaggi. It's a good start by the Maroons. He's been called to play on now. Chug, inboard kick. Neatly done to Blair. That's Jack Variety. Rolls around, right foot. Going to go deep inside forward 50. It's a wobbly drop punt. This time, Joel Scolters takes the chest mark.
He takes a nice little chest mark then too. Made up for his last little disappointment as well. Comes out wide. Comes to the commentary side of the ground. The kick wasn't great. And Hutha takes an easy, uncontested mark. He goes to wheel around. The umpire said no. Hang 5. Brings the ball back in laterally again into Reid. Reid marks on his chest inside the middle of the ground. Pumps the ball in long inside 50. No one really there. Hutchinson meets the ball hard. Harley's there from Wonthaggi. He couldn't mark the ball. Mobilia was there as well. Picked off there by Jacobson. He gets his handball out. Harley's there again. Hurrigan's there as well. Picked up there by young Williams, Jackson Williams that was, looking for Davey, who couldn't mark, and the ball goes out of bounds, far pocket here from the Wonthaggi inside 50.
Take a breath, Boxer. We've got not one single Traralgon player in their forward 50. They're going very defensive, and they're setting up with this, trying to stop this this wind.
Boundary throw in inside forward 50. Jacobson with a tap down. Ackranler without the football. No free kick, the umpire said. Play on. As Sparks was looking for it, the umpire now will ball it up. 5.5 minutes in. Boxer's voice is nearly gone. It's going to be a long afternoon. Although he tells us that he's got some admirers. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Jacobson this time taps it down. Lindsay in the front spot, quickly wrapped up. The defence from Traralgon have been good. Snyder with a little quick kick. Rushed, out it goes. Dropping the mark there. Nearly could have been paid, Bates. Umpire said play him. Bobbles around. Cunico decides to handle to open space. Sparks will run under this one. Tackling quickly on there was Josh Hamilton. Then he got away from it. Sparks kicks around his body back inside forward 50. Harley's toes. And it bounces over for a boundary throw in. 6 minutes in, Paul Carter. No score. Inside 50s.
At 6-0, Wonthaggi's way. Traralgon defenders doing a great job so far.
Exactly what they need. Boxer into this breeze.
They do. It was Harley and Jacobs, and Jacobs just takes the ball out of the ruck, gets the handball off to Scolties. Quick little kick away. No one really there in particular. Picked up there by Williams. It was a great little pick off there by Williams. A great kick too. puts the ball back inside his 50, looking for Mobilia. He couldn't mark. Punch well there by McKenna. McKenna gets the ball to ground. The contest is pretty rough and rugged down there at the minute. And again, we have another throw-in deep in the forward pocket for the Wonthaggi.
Howie, just on the, obviously, rolling Hourigan into the middle, I think with the end of the breeze, this works well because he's a natural defender, so he's a midfielder. He's going to spend plenty of time. He can do what he likes.
He's going to run deep back into defence as well.
So at the clearing kick from Collison, all the players are forward to centre. Traralgon's got no one to kick to. They eventually get the kick to the wing, and then losing the mark out there was Schultz. Reed has to work hard, gives a handball across to Bates, kicks around the body, top of the square. Scolters tried to defend it. Blair tried to keep it in, couldn't do so. And we'll have a boundary throw-in.
Another boundary throw-in, probably our 7th or 8th already.
Far side of the ground, top of the 50. And if we look at this stoppage, Dylan Lopez is loose. Collison sort of loose as well. The ball comes in, top of the 50. Jacobson was there, tried to take it with him, couldn't do so. The free kick will go Traralgon's way. They're working hard and they're winning the free kicks. This time it's D'Angelo inside his defensive 50.
Being a great little contest between D'Angelo and Sparks already early in the game. His ball holds up in the wind as he goes to the far side of the ground again.
Free kick.
We find a free kick that's been paid there to Schneider. Schneider comes inboard looking for D'Angelo again, who gave him the kick originally, and he wins the ball back. Haven't gained too many yardage as well. His little chip kick again out there and finds Hamilton. Hamilton marks. He's been paid the mark. The umpire says it was touched off the mark. Yes, it is. It's been paid as no mark. No. It's a stoppage. It's a ball up. So all players stopped as well, didn't they? So
yeah, all players stopped because they thought it was the mark. But the umpire said play on. It was touched. So fair call. They got the stoppage there after box.
They did. And we've got, it looks like it's Huther again. Huther gets tapped down, picked off there by Schneider. Schneider's kick was a dump kick and marked there by Hamilton, who was playing in front. Wheels around on his right, gets it inside 50. Eddie versus,
well done.
A great mark there. And it is Staley, is it?
Yep.
And Staley, who's found his...
Thomas.
Oh, it is Thomas, sorry. Staley's out today, so picked off there to Jack. That is Blair to Jack Blair. Blair kicks out wide, looking for Chug. In the end, Lindsay marks on his chest, diving forward too. Takes a great mark just in front of the commentary box.
8-9 minutes into this first quarter, still no score. Wonthaggi kicking with what we think is probably a 2-3 goal breeze. They've had 8 inside 50s to 1, and they get it towards half forward. On this occasion, we've got a boundary throw in front of Jared Blair. And
we just noticed then that kicking forward to Traralgon, how much that ball just sat up in the air and just did not have any penetration going into 50.
Yeah, certainly is tough kicking into the breeze, but Traralgon are holding strong. Big moments thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. Inquiries and bookings for the new reception centre, head to moorebowls.com. As the boundary throw-in comes in, Jacobson handles over the top. Quick kick there was from Ambler. Got towards half forward. Great pick up by Schneider. Gives a handball off to Cunico. Inside 50, maybe not. Not quite. Got to the 50, didn't go inside. Jack Blair was there to swoop on it, and he can find Shannon Bray. And Bray takes the mark, and great to see him back out there for this Wonthaggi power side. He's going to be a big, big player come finals time. And this game under his belt certainly going to help. He kicks to half forward. Howe goes up. Has 1, 2, 3 bites. Got one over the shoulder and will win the free kick. Good work by the youngster. Half-back flank for the Maroons. Got some numbers behind him. Decides to give a handball off to Membry, who drives it towards half-forward. Got some good penetration on that one. Reed with a big fly and had to spoil in the end. And in front of the Wonthaggi Power social rooms here at the Rec Reserve, we have a boundary throw-in. No score, that is, no score, and we've played 10 minutes. I said during our pre-game that the reserve game was a low-scoring affair. Well, this might trump it. Boxer?
I think it might too. Ball in dispute in the middle of the ground there too. And it was Sam Halliburton there for Traralgon. He took on the coach of Wonthaggi. That's Jared Blair. The umpire again. Another stoppage we play with. It's Howe and Harley. The umpire's found a free kick. It was a Shepherd. And against Howe, and it goes to Harley. Finds himself in the ruck these days a lot more frequently than down forward. He plays on, touches the ball once with a little bit of confidence. Kicks the ball long into forward, but no one into particular again.
Oh, Dunbar.
The Traralgon defence had been holding up firm as well. The mark probably should have been taken there by Dunbar, but it wasn't. And we got another stoppage just at the centre half forward line there for Wonthaggi. It's Howe again against Howe. Gets a tap down again. Wrapped up there by Sparks was D'Angelo. And we've got another ball up. Haven't moved a metre at all again. So again, Harley this time gets a tap down. Picked off there by Bates. Bates' handball wasn't great, no one in particular. Ball still in dispute. And Schneider, like a little bulldog, lays the tackle on, and the umpire says, I'll ball it up again the third time in about 30 seconds.
I'll have a go, boxer. Try and get it out of this congested area right in the middle of the Wonthaggi reserve. Tapped down by Harley. Lindsay with a quick kick. Didn't go too far, though. And Scolters puts on a strong tackle on Blair. Of course, needless to say, we haven't had a Zambrero goal that I contender yet. Craving a burst of flavour. Look no further. The new toasted burrito is at Zambrero. Howe got up early. Got a tap on it. Didn't clear the area, though. And we've travelled 12 minutes. We've still had no score in this round 17 clash. It is the top side, Wonthaggi taking on Traralgon. So again, this time, free kick for a Shepherd will go against Wonthaggi. He'll go Howe's way on this occasion. Handles out the back to his teammate Ian Schneider. Ambler it was. Drives towards half forward. Just sits up in the breeze. Front and square there is Halliburton. He gets around one. Shrugs another tackle. Now gets built to boot. Goes inside 50. Schilling could mark. Good spot there by Reuters. Trying to get a handball away. Eddie grabs it. Handballs to the opposition. He heard a voice, and that voice was Bray. Picked it off. But his outlet kick, though, it will go the way of Snyder, who got the free kick, or maybe even a mark paid.
He's paid the mark, the umpire.
So 60 metres out, goes into the shallow pocket. Target was Eddie, couldn't complete the mark. Good work back there was Bates. Head over the footy, Bray. Good little handball now to the run of Knowles. Right foot kick out wide. He's got Schultz, can a mark, and he does just that. It's actually Tiziani on the outside. Now he goes to Jackson Williams. They're on the far side of the ground. The switch was good. They come back inboard to Harley. They can raffle it in the end. Mitch Hayes won that raffle. He takes the mark and he comes to the near side. He's got a target in Thomas. 2 bites, finds it. He can still come towards the commentary side. He does just that to Murray on the wing. It's a good build-up. But the Traralgon defence have been good. They slow Murray up. And he just has to hold and wait. Goes in the Dawson direction. Couldn't quite mark. Howe with a big spoil. Dawson's second effort was good. Handballs forward to Hutchison, who ran out of bounds. And we'll have a boundary throw in. 80 metres out. 13 and a half minutes gone. No score.
So we would have had about 15 kicks then to gain about 30 metres. With this wind, you'd think you'd go sort of long and direct.
Yeah, they're just trying to get a little bit of open space, but not moving it quick enough. I think the Traralgon defence is very good. Box up.
That was Hout's. So my apologies.
I'll go again. Murray, left foot kick around the body. Goes inside forward 50. Hutchison with a big fly. Got one over the shoulder and will win the free kick. And look to get the first score on the board. That's right, the first score in this first quarter. Breeze favouring Wonthaggi's way.
So this set shot, you'd have to be looking at the left side goalpost because it will swing away. So we'll see if he sets himself up properly. What is he, about 30 metres out?
We have a beautiful angle on it here in the commentary box at the Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. The man on the mark's about 30. He'll have to kick it probably 45 in the end. At 14 and a half minutes into the first quarter for Virtue Homes. Be inspired by Virtue Homes at virtuehomes.com.au. Hutchison starts it right. It's going to continue right and actually hit the upright and go through for a minor score for the first time this afternoon. Here's Paul Carter on the Virtue Homes scoreboard.
Virtue Homes scoreboard, as Darryl said, just short of the 15-minute mark of the first quarter, and one behind, 1 point to Wonthaggi.
Remember, he's got the duties kicking out. He plays on immediately. Well, we've got a little bit of a scuffle happening between Hutchinson and his opponent right on the 50 line. The ball comes out. No one there really to mark as well at the moment. Bates was there for... It's actually Murray there. He's there. He's tackled there by Eddie. The umpire comes in quickly. Says, I'll ball it up. There's a little bit going on. A little bit of niggle happening at the moment too. And Hutchinson's been in all of it at the moment. Howe. This time it was Hoover got the tap down. No one there too again. And it was Murray again for Wonthaggi. Comes out from the bottom of the pack.
You'd expect a little bit of fight, Boxer. They were very disappointing last week, and they get a chance to go again.
And Howe gets a tap down to Schneider. Schneider's quick kick away, Bray's in front. Jacobson picks up like a little man. No one really was particular. Then two, Cunico handball off to Hourigan. Hourigan's kick looking for Schillen. He's in front. Raver runs the ball, but Roders, he runs onto the ball very well. Dunbar with his great pace.
Halliburton.
That's Halliburton, my apologies again. And kicks in a miraculous goal. And that could be our first contender for the Zambero goal of the day.
So you notice then that Traralgon just worked the ball forward. There was no big long bombs. There's no sort of big high kicks. It's what they call dirty footy, where the ball rolled along the ground a lot more and then it got into the passage, and Halliburton was able to pick it up, take a quick 3 or 4 steps and then grubbed one through for a goal.
So a minute after the first score, we have the second score of the quarter, and it's a goal to Traralgon. And on the Virtue Homes scoreboard, they take a 5-point lead at now the 16-minute mark of the first quarter. 1 goal straight to 1 behind.
Well, don't forget Virtue Home in-house design teamwork. Work with your design home to suit your lifestyle. Be inspired by Virtue Homes. And, of course, Sam Halliburton getting our first Zambrero goal of the day contender. Back to the middle. Can we get a bit of a run on now with goals as Huther taps it down? Mobilia with a quick kick to centre half forward. In front there was Chug. He's got some space and pace. Gets around Lopez. Left foot shot, a goal. Kept it to the near side and pushed it through for a minor score. Well, we've had a flurry of scores now, Paul.
Third score in 2 minutes. 2 behinds, 2 points to Wonthaggi. Traralgon leading on the virtual home scoreboard. 1 goal straight, 6.
Scolters has it on the far side. Chips it out wide and can find out there his teammate in Ambler, who gets called to play on now, rolls around with the right foot. The targets will be the big talls. Jacobson couldn't mark it, gets out the back where Schilling had to work at ground level, but quick hand by Huther, trying to get to the run of Tiziani, just left it behind. Second effort was good. Halliburton's been busy this afternoon, gives a handball to Ambler, who was out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary throw in on that far side. It seems to be a popular side of the ground for boundary throw-in. 17.5 minutes in, the margin sits at 4 points. It's in favour of Traralgon, who are kicking into a breeze. We think it's about 2 or 3 goals.
Jacobson and Huther gets the ball down, picked off there beautifully by Ambler, gets the handball to Jacobson, who was already under pressure, and the umpire will come in again and give us another stoppage far side of the ground here at Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. We've been playing 17 minutes into this first quarter. It's a 4-point lead to the Maroons at the moment. So quick away there too by Ambler, really not marked then too, and there's a free kick given to Scolties, who was feeling himself in front. This defence of Traralgon has been enormous this first quarter. His little chip kick away wasn't great, and it was picked off there well by Tiziani. Tiziani plays on, finds Blair, and Blair playing in front then too, in front of Scolties, gets a quick kick away, not a great kick to Harley, who found himself with Lopez winning the ball early. The ball comes to ground, and the umpire's called holding the ball. So quick on the whistle then too, but great play there by Scolties. He's had a huge first quarter.
Absolutely.
His handball comes out to Lopez. Lopez plays on quickly. His left foot kick. No one really there to pick it off there for Traralgon, but picked up then quickly then too. Mobilia. His handball is out wide of that far boundary line, which is a little bit of a magnet this afternoon at the moment. And the umpire's going to come in and ball it up. Well, we've still got a little bit of niggle happening. Mobilia is taking on Big Jacobson as well. Wouldn't mind seeing that little dust up this afternoon.
So Scolter's been great for Traralgon Mazda this afternoon, although this occasion Cunico through the middle, coughed it up, gave a handball to Mobilia. Advantage will be paid. Left foot shot from Murray, goes to the top of the square. It's 1-on-1 Hutchison, and can't quite complete the mark. Little did well to rush it through for a minor score.
Taking Wonthaggi to 3 behinds, 3 points. They trail by that same margin over against Traralgon, who are 1 goal straight, 6 on the virtual home scoreboard.
Mitch Membry comes in to the field of play and releases, finds Tate Marsh in a defensive back pocket. 19.5 minutes. Marsh has it, come to the near side. The target will be Hurrigan, and he's pushed it out of bounds, which is interesting on that occasion, Howie. That went out of bounds and the breeze sort of pushed it across.
Pushed it across, it went the other way.
Breeze is certainly pushing from the grandstand side across the ground, but on that occasion went the other way. They drive it back inside forward 50. Blair will claim the mark and be paid. Great work this one by Jared Blair. He's not that tall, but he's taken a contested mark inside forward 50. One of the smallest man in the forward 50. We'll have this shot on goal. 20 minutes have passed. They're looking for their first goal. This is a little bit tough. Has to start it at the left goal post, you'd think. Only 30 metres out from goal. Good for the right footer. Comes in. The experience pays off. Exactly what the Power needed. He gives a fist pump. Tries to get his boys up and about. It's the first of the afternoon for the Power.
And that was a great set shot goal because he just steadied himself. He didn't really over-kick the football. He just sort of kicked it just nice and high and just sort of went through and let the wind do the rest of the work for him.
And Wonthaggi get the lead back now at the 20-minute mark of the first quarter. The virtual home scoreboard has the Power at 139, leading Traralgon 1 goal straight, 6.
Umpires roll back into the middle of the ground. Just starting to cut up a little bit, as we said in the early game, all thanks to Carpet Country. Up and down the middle of the ground, a little bit wet and heavy here at Wonthaggi.
It's Huther and Jacobson. Huther and Jacobson actually overrun the balls. A quick kick out there by Huther, who got his own ruck work. Big jump there from Hutchinson, who just dropped the mark. It's a quick little kick away then, 2 by Ambler. And the ball finds itself on that far side of the ground again. Actually picked off then by Tiziani, who kicked the ball inside 50, but Membry has taken a good strong mark. This, even though that goal then by Wonthaggi, still Traralgon's defence has been fantastic this first quarter. And we've been playing 21 minutes so far. So Membry finds himself deep in his defensive pocket. goes out wide, scoreboard side. Looking there for Jacobson. Hoother was there with him as well. Ball comes to ground. He's quickly tackled. And the umpire says, I'll ball it up. Again, about 5 metres out of their 50-metre line.
Traralgon's defence has been fantastic, and they just need to hold strong now as we enter red time, as they trail by 3 points, but they are kicking into the breeze. So Jacobson grabs it out of the ruck. He'll want another stoppage, and he'll get it. They're not going any loose men at the moment, though, Boxer, are they? They've just sort of going one-on-one.
Yep, it's all one-on-one. I just like the fact that they've just like to control the ball at the moment, Traralgon. That's what they've done very well this first quarter.
Good little key focus for him to get this first quarter out of the way. Snyder squeezed a handball out nicely to the run of Connor Ambler. And right foot kicks a bit of a wobbly one, but it might sort of work. Handball underground there was from Hourigan. Got it to Schilling, who gets to the top of the 50. Josh Hamilton comes out to meet it. At the front there, Tom comes and gives him support. Back to Hourigan. Forward handball. It might be picked off, though. Blair's there, and Jack will grab it and kick it around his body. And Mobilia dropped the mark there. It was right on his chest. Has to come in hard to Shannon Bray. And close to the boundary line. Now it's over. We'll have a boundary throw in. 22 and a half minutes gone. Of course, inside forward 50s, Paul's in this first quarter for Virtue Homes.
Wonthaggi have had 15 to Traralgon's 4.
They only lead it by 3 points. Again, Jacobson works Hoother out of it. Had a fresh air as he kicked it off the ground. Hoother picked it up off the deck, and then Jacobson just tried to rip it out. The umpire was quick on the whistle, and we'll have a ball up. Blue skies sort of still here at Wonthaggi. No rain, though, to speak of just yet. Big punch there by Jacobson. Cleared the area. Comes out to meet it hard was Cunico. Left it behind. Looked for the free kick. Quickly done there by Bates. Gives a handball off to a teammate in Murray. Gets it out wide. It's a foot race between McMahon and Chug. A little bit of body work before they attack the footy. They both go to ground. Quick one to recover, though, was Chug. He bounces up. Gets a left foot to his ball. Goes inside 50. Hutchison met it well. Gets around one. Kicks around the body. This might be a Zambrero goal of the day. Jack Hutchison just about got one hand on the toaster burrito.
What was crucial there was that contest on the wing, was that the player that kept their feet was able to get it into their forward line and then end up with the goal. So crucial to stay on your feet today.
And that goal coming at the 24-minute mark takes Wonthaggi out to a 9-point lead on the Virtue Home scoreboard. 2-3-15 up against Traralgon, 1 goal straight to 6.
Yeah, great call, Scud. Can you just not scream that loud? Because you're going to end up like me, right? Yeah, we don't want both of us ended up like the way I sound at the moment.
You'll be right. Have a crack.
Hoother and Jacobson. And this time it is Hoother who gets a tap down. Couldn't get fine. Lindsay was picked up there by Murray. Murray's handball really, again, was able to butter up there and get another handball off. And he picked off young Josh Schultz. Schultz's kick was wide, looking for Davey. Great pick up there on the one hop. Gets a handball out to Tiziani. Tiziani does a 1-step, 2-step. Gets the handball back to Tiziani now. His brother's out there as well. And picked up there by Blem. Go to Hutchinson's handball over the top. And there's 2 in a row there to Hutchinson. And the Wonthaggi Power now find themselves in a better position than what they were before because they've just got back-to-back goals.
Howie, it was Anderson out there doing some good work to Tiziani, wasn't it?
It was. But that just looked a little bit too easy that time, and maybe Traralgon just lost a little bit of that form that was holding them really tight there in that first 10 or 15 minutes of this quarter in the back line.
And they're now out to a 15-point lead, that being the Wonthaggi Power on the Virtue Home scoreboard. They are 3-3-21, leading Traralgon 1 goal straight 6, and we have played just over 25 minutes of the first quarter.
Of course, the Zambrero goal of the day, craving a burst of flavour. Look no further than you toasted burrito at Zambrero. Back to the middle they go. Jacobson tacked it down. Lindsay, that was the first onto it. They left it behind, and then quick kick off the ground was from Hourigan in the middle. Now Blair out half back. They give a chain of handballs to the Power. Blair tried a fresh air. He don't think that was the best option. And then trying to swoop on that one occasion was Williams. Quick handball out the back. They're trying to work it forward to the Maroons. They're still at centre half forward. Quick kick by D'Angelo. Doesn't go too far, as Thomas said. I'll just grab it and I'll blast it out of the area and just relieve a little bit of pressure. At ground level, Membry does well. And a handball comes to McMahon. He's on centre wing. He looks inboard with a right foot kick. Can find Snyder but misses. And coming on to pick that off was Hoother. Quickly played on, got it to Blair by foot, who can take the chest mark and roll with the right foot. On a long searching lead was Hutchison. Here's Anderson at ground level. Tries to suck it off the ground and does. The goalkeeper, Dylan Lopez, got a fingertip to it. And unlike the Great World Game, That means if it's touched, it's a minus score. In the world game of soccer, that would have been a goal.
3-4-22, Wonthaggi leading Traralgon 1 goal straight 6. Virtue home scoreboard, 26.5 minutes played, first quarter.
Membry chips it out ball at Vance Hourigan. He marks it his defensive 50. He plays on immediately. Kicks down far, goes down the line, looking for his big man. There is a great mark then by Schilling. Takes a great contested mark in the pack. Looks up the ground, goes long, down the line again. Thomas is there for Wonthaggi. Eddie was there, he couldn't mark. The ball comes to ground, his handball it could have been called deliberate. The umpire said it wasn't. And Thomas won the ball outside and then goes out of bounds.
Billy Schilling just had to wait just a little bit longer there. The only target was Eddie, but he had a couple on him already, Howie.
Yeah, the centres need to really roll forward, don't they, when Traralgon are pushing forward?
So from the boundary stop in, though, the power go forward through Lindsay, but his kick will be turned over because Dunbar can take the mark. As Dunbar has it at centre-half back, will chip it over the top to find Collison. Does a big don't argue on the defender and then drives his right foot into it. Centre-half forward it goes. Can't take the mark there was Bray. Front and square doing some groundwork, taking on the tackler with a big ruckman in Hutha. Lost it in the end. And now the ball was in dispute, but quickly a couple of players jump on top of each other. We've got a stoppage. 27 and 3/4 minutes gone in the first quarter. And the margin is out to 16 points for the Power. As Jacobson just let this one bounce and then tries to do a little bit of roving work himself. He's been wrapped up and we'll have a stoppage again. Big moments all thanks to the Mall Bowling Club, the new convention and reception centre, one of the best in Gippsland. Stunning 300-seated function room. You can head to mallbowls.com.au.
Jacobson gets a tap down. No one's really run the ball yet through that. Pick ball up, and the umpires are probably about to come back in again and ball up again. Just outside the Traralgon forward 50. And like Scud just said, we've played 28 minutes in this first quarter, only 4 goals kicked. Surprisingly, we've gone this long as well. Hutha, Jacobson, big punch down through, picked off there by Jack Blair. His little dump kick out wide is really to no one in particular. It's a bit of a foot race here between McMahon and Chug. Chug just picks it up beautifully, gets a little kick inside and this time he finds Tiziani.
Anderson goes towards inside 50, finds Davey.
It was. Oh, jeez.
It's Anderson. So Davey has it. He decides to put his hand up and say, I'll have a shot on goal. And he'll be kicking with the breeze. The man on the mark's about 47 metres out. And Davey thinks he's got the leg in him. 29 minutes have gone. They lead by 16 points to the Power. Traralgon have been good with their defence, but they don't want this one late. They've conceded 2 goals in red time, and this might be another. He'll have to kick it all of 53 metres. It's a low, piercing drop punt. It might have got the distance.
And
right
the siren.
on the quarter-time siren. It has gone through. The umpire gives the all clear. Davey slams it home from 53 metres, and the margin at quarter-time is 22 points. Traralgon have leaked 3 goals during the red time. And after a good start to the first quarter, the Power have come back with 4 straight goals as they lead it at quarter time. It sees 4-4-28, leading Traralgon 1 straight 6. It's Gippsland Live, and it's quarter time. It's on TRFM. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
It was our very own Aussie muscle car. Gippsland live on TRFM.
Yeah, let's get down to business. It's quarter time. It's a 22-point margin in favour of Wonthaggi. 4-4-28, lead Traralgon 1 straight 6. Paul Carter with some key stats thanks to Traralgon Mazda.
Well, those inside 50s certainly went Wonthaggi's way, 19-5. Clearance, however, Traralgon won that 13-12. Centre clearances went Wonthaggi's way, 4-1. Individually in the ruck, Max Jacobson, big first quarter, 18 hit-outs up against Tomahutha, 6 and Tory Harley, 3. Tom Murray, of the players from following, had the most disposals that quarter with 9, closely followed by Aidan Lindsay on 7, Jack Blair on 5. For Traralgon, Tom Schneider, 11 disposals, 7 to Ty Horrigan, 6 to Connor Ambler, and 4 to Louis D'Angelo.
We'll get to some around the ground scores in a moment. Andrew Howe's been working at quarter time. Boxer's been lubricating his voice. And the second quarter, thanks to the Moe Racing Club, is underway. Howe does the ruck duties, taps it backwards. His teammate wasn't there to read it though, and Mobilia was quickly to wrap up D'Angelo. We'll do it again. So Howe and now Hutha will take the ruck duties again. Repeat. Howe got early. Hutha tapped it down. Snyder got shoved in the back. Play onto the umpire. Horrigan started in the middle again for the second quarter. Busting through was Murray at pace. Left foot kick into the breeze they go. Top of the 50. Hutchison, so exciting on the lead. Gathers it. Right foot kick around the body. Comes to the near side. Bates with a one-on-one with Halliburton. Free kick will go Bates' way. And Josh Bates wins the kick, and a 50-metre penalty will be paid against the Maroons. So the power into the breeze, opening minute, we'll see Bates put it through.
So what's that 50-metre penalty worth into the breeze? About 70?
Yep, well, we're going to be worth 6 points, and they're hard to come by.
Yep.
So directly in front, Josh Bates goes bang, puts it through at the minute mark of the second quarter, and they get another one, do the power, Howie.
Well, that was probably a little bit too undisciplined there, not returning the ball on the fall to the Wonthaggi player, so automatic 50-metre penalty. It's hard to sort of get those ones back, isn't it, when you give away little free ones like that.
And it's a 28-point lead now to Wonthaggi at the 1 minute mark of the second quarter. On the Moe Racing Club scoreboard, they are 5-4-34, leading Traralgon 1 goal straight to 6.
There we go. Boxer's had lubrication during the break. He's had lozenges.
I think the discretion was against Howe as well too. Might have been as well.
Hasn't worked.
It was Howe and Hutha. Howe gets a tap down now. Schneider handball quickly off to Horrigan. Horrigan's kick was overrun there by Chug. Then McMahon, his opponent, direct opponent, gets the ball back to Horrigan, whose handball's off to Collison's. Collison's quick kick has been picked off there by Sparks. Spark plays on a little chip kick, not a great kick either. Looking for Harley, overruns the ball, picked up there by Horrigan's handball.
Ooh.
Wasn't great either. Sliding through then too was Dawson, was it? And Dawson, luckily, it didn't do much more damage than what he did. And we've got another stoppage here in the middle of the ground. Ball's picked up there. Howe went early again. Hutha, no, kick wasn't picked up there. Umpires found a free kick. It's found holding the man.
Murray.
Going to go to Murray again. It's had a great little start to this second quarter too. Big left foot kick inside 50, then just picked up there by Schneider. And a great little midfield pick up there by Schneider.
So he chips over the top. Horrigan's there at halfback. Can take the mark. We want to quickly play on by hand to Collison. He kicks out to open space. Said to McMahon, go and get it. Jack Blair comes the other direction though. Wins it. Handballs over the top now to Chug. At 2.5 minutes into the second quarter, Chug drives it towards half forward. At the toes, Lindsay works hard. Got tackled by the wing. And we'll have a stoppage on the far side of the ground. They lead it by 28 points to the power. A couple around the ground checks, Howie.
So we've got Morwell 3-2-20 to Bairnsdale 2-1-13. We've got Leongatha 2-1-13 to Druin 1 point. We've got Moe 1-7-13 to Maffrell 1-5-11.
We had a stoppage and a free kick going Traralgon's way. And it will be Snyder on the far side of the ground. We'll look up. Half-back flank is the location for Tom Snyder. Kicks a high one towards the wing. Hamilton will be there. Big spoil from Bray. Reid was out the back. Nearly threw that one out, did Kyle Reid. Gets to the front there. Sparks with the over-the-shoulder handball to Blair. Blair with some composure. Saw Mobilia. Gave a quick handball off now to Murray. He's trying to find the runner in Schultz. Had a couple of goes at a big crunch there from Horrigan. Now tapped it to open space. Ambler got it out the back where Collison said, I'll just grab it. Just to give you a little bit of composure, to give a handball to Snyder. He goes out wide to McMahon. His kick dribbles along the ground. It's all the power back there, and Blair picks it up at half-back.
Blair does a little bit of a tippy-toe, a little bit of a pirouette around his opponent, gets a kick down the line on the wing. And Traralgon find themselves wrapped up there by Chug. We've got another stoppage on the far wing. as we quickly go around the grounds again with Howie.
So we've got Fish Creek 139, Tinar 117, Foster 4327 to Stony Creek 3 points. We've got Morleys 3220, Floortdale 1410, and then we've got Mooboo North 6238 to Hill End 3 straight.
A couple of big games there in mid-Gippsland in their final round, all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Stores.
Just waiting for the North Gippy updates.
Obviously into their first week of finals. Howe got up early and tapped it down on this occasion. Hourigan was out the back, kicks around his body towards half forward. Schilling went straight through his hands. Allowed Bray to come on and gather it there. Took on the tackler of Hamilton. Got around another tackler in Schilling. And his right foot kick out wide to Chug was beautiful. And Chug just says, casual as you like, I'll do it one hand. And all class on the far side. He looks up, comes inboard with a chiselling kick to find Sparks. Chug runs past, that's ignored. The kick goes into Murray. He had to go down at ground level. Tackle by Hourigan, that might be holding the footy. And it is. And Hourigan wins the free kick.
He's had a good start to the second quarter, Hourigan.
7 touches.
Great tackle. Him and Schneider and Collison for Traralgon have been great so far.
7 touches in 5 minutes, Paul.
Quick down the line there too, looking for Schilling. He couldn't mark. Actually, it was Hamilton he couldn't mark. Good ball there by Hoother. Ball gets handballed out, picked off there by Murray. Murray's handball again. He started the quarter beautifully as well. Anderson, who couldn't mark. Membry this time. He wins the ball for Traralgon. And again, he dives on top, where the ball's been a lot of it so far. And the umpire will come in and he'll ball it up. On the wing here, grandstand side of Wonthaggi Rec Reserve.
Gives both sides chances to make some changes. Howe grabbed it out of the ruck, got boot to ball, only goes about 5 or 10 metres. Coming sliding the other direction there was Blair. No mark paid, ball up.
Probably could have been made a mark then too. Scud, I reckon, when it's 15.
Yep, big moments, of course, all thanks to the Mall Bowling Club. They've got their brand new convention and reception centre now open. Howe again with a big fist. Goes forward to Ambler. He handballs back to Hoother though. And they're on the opposite team. Round the body kick. On that occasion goes to half forward. Dawson overran it. Got shoved out the way by Membry. Dawson goes again. Sold some candy. Comes back with the left foot. Not sure that was a good option. Although Chug was good. He's got some help now through Blair. Just needs to shepherd Halliburton off this one. He did it just fairly. Nice little kick from Blair. Finds that time Hayes, who rolls around. Open space and leading out wide. Is it Lindsay? It is. The experience of Aidan Lindsay takes the mark, kicking into the strongest breeze. Now, if this goes through, Boxer,
we'll give him the Zambero voucher now. I'll run it down there to him.
Absolutely. Well, Jack Hutchins got one hand on the toaster burrito already. This will be into the breeze. Kick it 40 metres towards the city end of the ground. Lindsay fancies himself. I reckon this might drop in the goal square. On its way. It actually won't even make the goal square. Holds up. Blair! Read it nearly. Well done by Scolters. Causes the contest. Little was out the back to handball to Collison, but he ran out of bounds. And the ball will come back. There'll be a boundary throw in about 20 metres out now.
Unbelievable, Blair. He's not frightened to jump into a contest at all.
He just launched his body then, didn't he?
He just really just does that. And he leads the way for Wonthaggi doing that sort of stuff as well. And he really does just sets a standard. A very, very high standard as well.
Boundary throw in, 7 minutes in. Harley tapped it down. Scolter's been busy early. He's had some good touches. And a contender for our player of the day, of course, thanks to Traralgon Mazda. No one can get a clean handball out. The umpire just lets it go and continues to let it go. Snyder calls for holding the ball. They want a whistle blown and they eventually get it. And it'll be a ball up. 25 metres out from goal. Wind starting to pick up again. The boundary, so the umpire throws it up. Big tap by the Schilling. It was Jacobson in the end to tap it down. The clearing kick gets out of the defensive 50 for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, they'll be pretty disappointed at the moment, the Maroons too, because they haven't really taken advantage of this wind that they've had at the minute, and it's all been the power so far. Ball brings back big into play. Jacobson there for Traralgon. Big spoil then too by Hugh Dunbar, and he wins the stoppage there for Traralgon in their defensive 50. But there's still a little bit of niggle happening as well. The umpire's quickly to come in, and he'll ball it up. 30 out from the Wonthaggi goal at the moment. Harley, this time was Jacobson, big tap down through, picked off there by it was Murray. He's kicked inside there to Sparks, he couldn't mark. Great pick up then too, again by D'Angelo. And it wasn't D'Angelo, it was Collison. And he was able to win another stoppage there, but it's still in the defensive 50 for the Maroons.
The Traralgon defence has started really strong again, just trying to hold space and cause a congestion and then do multiple ball ups and then reset all the time.
So far side of the ground, boundary throw in. Harley does ruck duties. Jacobson tried to kick it out of the ruck duties. Eventually goes outside their 50. The Power shuffle it out. No one with a clean handball. Then holding the footy. That was red hot. And the free kick will go in the way of Halliburton. Halfback flank, 9 minutes gone, second quarter for the Moe Racing Club. Don't forget Moe Cup Day's coming up on the Friday the 20th of October. Kick gets to the wing. And Snyder wins a free kick on the far side for over the shoulder. So Snyder has it. They trail by 28 points to the Maroons. They're kicking with the breeze this quarter. They need to start moving it and having some inside 50s because with the breeze, Wonthaggi had plenty early, just couldn't capitalise. And a big, strong tackle from Reid on D'Angelo when he didn't have the football. And there's a dust up on the far side of the ground. The Traralgon players didn't appreciate Reid driving D'Angelo into the ground when he didn't have the footy. He's been paid the free kick. They all separate now, and he wants to get it inside 50 quickly. The target will be Eddie. Can't quite mark it. He had 4 to beat. Gets to ground level. And numbers around this everywhere. Reid just taps it out. Trying to swoop on it quickly was Halliburton again. He didn't have the football. Tried to work it out there was Hayes out of the defensive 50. Got tackled as he goes over for a boundary throw-in.
Now, if Eddie's got 4 on him, there's got to be 3 other players running around free somewhere. They've got to get themselves into this game.
They've got to be in and under. They've got to be around that where that ball's coming to ground, aren't they? Exactly right, Howie.
Boundary throw-in. Jacobson and Huther. This time was to Jacobson. Ball just comes to ground. Really can't get it out of the pack there. And we're going to see another ball up just on the arc there on the 50. Forward 50 for Traralgon. A little bit disappointed so far this first quarter of the Maroons. Ball's been thrown back up. Huther falls into his lap, gets a quick kick away. They only to be chipped off there by Collison, who marks on the far wing. Plays on immediately. Needs to bring the ball in quickly. He does. It's high. It's a high kick. There's a big pack going to form here as well. Huther gets the ball to ground. Ball comes through. The umpire's found a free kick. Umpires actually was in the perfect position there for that free kick as well. And it was Snyder, I think, on the bottom of that pack. Who was fighting that contested ball and has been rewarded with a free kick.
This is Snyder's 17th disposal for the match.
All thanks to Traralgon Mazda, the new all-hybrid Mazda CX-60. Elevate your world.
It's a fantastic start to the game. We've just found we've been calling his name a lot this second quarter. Comes on in, tough pocket, head over the ball, and he's won his first goal for the Maroons in this second quarter. And it was a great finish there by Snyder, who started this second quarter absolutely on fire.
So that first goal for Traralgon in the second quarter comes from Snyder putting his head over the ball, concentrating on the footy, putting his body behind it, and actually then drawing the free kick and a good set shot from about 25 metres out.
And on the Moe Racing Club scoreboard, it's a 22-point lead to Wonthaggi at the 12-minute mark of the second quarter. The Power are 5-4-34. Traralgon now up to 2 goals straight, 12.
So come back to the middle of the ground. They need to get a couple of repeat entries and start to put a little bit of pressure on the Power defence with the breeze. Big leap by Harley. At ground level was Murray. Shuffle it back now to Harley, who quick kick towards the wing. It nearly is going to go backwards in the end. It's going to hit the deck and skid on. Halliburton was there. Nice little neat gather. Draws the handball over the top to Ambler. Back to Halliburton. Was just a little bit too hot now. Blair comes in. Gets the handball towards Tiziani, who just left it behind. D'Angelo with the head over the footy as well now. And the umpire says we'll ball it up as D'Angelo and Schultz just get a little bit tangled. 12 and 3/4 minutes in to this second quarter. 22-point margin. Jacobson with a big tap down. One-on-one Sparks and D'Angelo's a good battle. Harley was there. Effort was good. Handball not so good. Missed the target. Allowed Hourigan to come in. He got one over the shoulder. And the free kick will go Hourigan's way.
That could have nearly been a 50-metre penalty then, Scud.
Yeah, so the whistle went then. What happened after the ball went downfield?
The Wonthaggi player kicked it off the ground and kicked it over the boundary line.
Yeah. And Traralgon appealed for it as 50 as well. The umpire just wasn't thinking at that stage. Time back on now as Hourigan rolls around. He wants to go deep inside forward 50, although it comes off the instep of his boot. Only gets to the top of the 50. And again, Sparks and Hourigan. It's a good little matchup, that one, Box.
It's been a great matchup all afternoon, Scud, so far. And
D'Angelo, I should say. Sparks and D'Angelo.
I knew what you meant, though, Scud.
Yeah, that listeners didn't, though. Thank you, though.
That's okay.
Jacobson taps it down. Cunico left it behind. Head over the football again is Murray. He's been working hard. He gets a handball backwards now to Hayes. He goes back further afield to Jackson Williams. He barrels one out towards the far side, open wing area where Davey just sockers it off the ground. He might even have to go and get this again. Lindsay is there with Lopez. Lindsay taps it forward. Then he got tackled without the footy. And the free kick will be paid. Advantage now. They go inside forward 50. Hutchison, he takes the big ones and then drops the soda in the pocket. This second effort, this could be something special. Gets around the tackler. Handballs, though, comes off, though, to Connor Little, who for the Maroons will relieve the pressure, and he can find Schilling on the far side of the ground.
Yeah, good little mark there by Schilling. He plays on immediately, finds Ambler this time. Ambler, far wing, scoreboard side, goes down the line. That's a better kick for Traralgon. Looking inboard, and the mark couldn't be marked there by Schneider. Schneider's handball, I found nobody really in particular. Williams there for Wonthaggi, mops up the defence, gets the ball out wide, but unfortunately for him, it is out of bounds on the full, directly in front of the scoreboard here at the Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. We've been playing 14, nearly 15 minutes here in this second quarter, and it's a 22-point lead to Wonthaggi Power.
Kicks goes back towards the top of the 50. Big fist from the Power defence. And we'll have a boundary throw in. Howie?
Well, we've noticed if the ball's going in low and hard, they're not quite getting the grabs that they want. If they're going in high, they're actually being able to run onto the footy and take them a little bit cleanly.
Special comments this afternoon is Andrew Howe. Great to have his company. It's all thanks to Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. Ball back into the field of play here at Rec Reserve, and a strong tackle from Harley. We'll see a secondary stoppage.
The tackling's been quite good today. They've been pretty hard at it and sticking the tackles.
Reasonably fair as well. We don't want to see any of those sling tackles. Jacobson taps it down, and Cunico quickly gave it to Marsh, who ran out of room, and we'll have a boundary throw in. So Wonthaggi 5-4-34, Traralgon a 2 straight 12. And it is 15-minute mark of the second quarter. Moe Racing Club, Moe Cup Days on Friday the 20th of October. Marquee tickets are on sale now, and Wonthaggi will be looking to play deep into September. They sit on top of the ladder at the moment. They want to stay there to get that week's rest box.
They certainly do, Scudman. Ball's just on the forward 50 line there for a good tap out there by Jacobson. Handball quickly to Harley. Harley's little chop kick in, finds the water. There's water splashing up everywhere in the middle of the ground. It was picked up there by Scaldy's handball. Off to Marsh. Marsh is kicking, quick little kick inside, looking for Eddie, but he's got 2 or 3 opponents to beat. Ball comes in dispute, and it was with Hamilton. Hamilton is on the bottom of that pack, and the umpire will come in. He'll ball up 30 metres out from the Maroons' goal. It's Eddie, and I couldn't see who that was. Knowles.
Thomas it was.
It was Thomas. Mobilia gets the handball off quickly to Jack Blair. Jack Blair looks inside, inboard, looking for Lindsay. Lindsay's just in front of there of his...
Oh, well done, Lindsay.
Up there by Lindsay. Dunbar, his kick inside. It's Jackson, it's Hutchinson, who just 5 minutes earlier, dropped an easy chest mark, but takes a fantastic contested mark. He plays on immediately, picked off there by Hayes. Hayes left foot kick in.
Yes.
And he finds a little dribble kick in too. It was a great goal then too. It was just a great run of events then too by the Power. But it started off by a great mark there by Hutchison on the 50 line there too, with a quick handball off to Hayes, and he finishes off.
Well, I think Traralgon were caught snoozing a little bit there. They went back to sort of set up with the man on the mark. They got the quick handball off and the quick kick into the goals, and it just seemed to roll through and just kept going for Wonthaggi.
Well, that goal to Traralgon now answered at the 17-minute mark by 1 to Wonthaggi, restoring a 28-point lead to the Power at the 17.5-minute mark of the second quarter. The Murray Racing Club scoreboard has Wonthaggi on 6-4-40, leading Traralgon 2 goals straight 12.
Danger signs now for the Maroons into the breeze. Wonthaggi have kicked 2. And as we said, they get out to that 28-point margin. So Howe goes into the ruck up against Huther. Howe does tap it down. Huther does the groundwork though. They dive on the footy. Murray tried to get it out, socket off the ground by Cunico. Lucks of fortune. Lands in the hands of Josh Hamilton at centre half. Goes to the open space. That's a better build-up. Beautiful hit. Found Eddie on a lead. And that's the way you go inside forward 50 with a breeze.
Nice big open space there on the far side, Scud. Eddie just ran straight into it. Nice kick in front. Took
a little bit of luck to get to Hamilton, but his composure was very nice. So Brett Eddie looking for his first of the afternoon. A much-needed goal. He's kicking. Will have to come left to right. He's on the far side of the ground from 45 metres. Puts it on its way. And the left to right. I think it's good enough. from an experienced campaigner that Brett Eddy is. He gets his first of the afternoon, and that's the much-needed one the Maroons wanted.
So he did say there was a little bit of luck there to Josh Hamilton, but he was playing in front, took the mark, he didn't hang on to it too long, swung around on his right-hand side. Big open paddock over there for Eddie to lead into. Strong mark and finish it off.
And that 28-point lead whittled back to a 22-point lead in Wonthaggi's favour. On the Maui Racing Club scoreboard, 19-minute mark of the second quarter, Wonthaggi 6-4-40, leading Traralgon, who are now 3 goals straight, 18.
Well, we said it was a much-needed goal. Of course, big moment all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. That was it right there and then, Box.
It sure was. It's Howe and Huther. That one was that was to Howe got the tap out. Paul's in dispute. I got my voice back a little bit then, just for about a second.
And then it's gone.
And then it was gone. Another stoppage right in the middle of the ground. Huther and Howe. Howe's tap in down to Mobilia. His handball really went to nobody in particular. Dang little chip kick away, so he's got about 3 little possessions in about 2 seconds that didn't even gain a metre. And the umpire will come back in and he'll ball it up again in the middle of the ground. So the Maroons really need another back-to-back goal here to keep themselves really alive in this game. It's Howe again, double taps it down. No one there, Mobilia, big body in the midfield there for the Wonthaggi Powers. Sparks gives away a free kick to D'Angelo. That contest has been fantastic all afternoon. His quick little handball off to McMahon, who bombs the ball in. The umpire said, we'll give you one downfield as well, where Sparks probably just did something that he probably shouldn't have done.
Siren's gone, has it? No. Sorry, the trainers just all run out there. There was about 4 of them ran out. I thought 20-minute mark is a bit early for the siren, but...
Well, it looked like there was going to be some remonstration then too, Scott, and all of a sudden they just stopped and they all just bled away.
Well, maybe Traralgon a bit gun shy. They got the ball deep down in their forward, so if they did something stupid, got a reversal, total waste of time. So now you've got Josh Hamilton lining up for goal, nearly straight in front, about 20 to 25 metres out.
He's that back-to-back goal that Traralgon really are looking for this second quarter, and Hamilton comes in, beautiful kick over the body, and he puts it straight through the middle for that back-to-back goal that Traralgon now needed in that second quarter.
So that was a good build-up then, so good passage through the middle, nice quick hands, and maybe a bit of frustration coming in for Sparks, who's had a pretty tight sort of tag on him all day, so maybe a bit reactive, trying to enforce himself on the game.
Now, the lead is now back to 16 points in Wonthaggi's favour at the 21-minute mark of the second quarter. On the Maui Racing Club scoreboard, we have Wonthaggi 6-4-40, Traralgon now 4 goals straight at 24. Boys, we've had 5 straight goals in this quarter on a windy day.
Yeah, absolutely. Back to the middle they go. Howe and Huther. Howe tapped it down again. At ground level, though, kicked out of the hands of D'Angelo. The free kick will be paid for in danger. And the Maroons just starting the build. We gave him a rev up at about the 17-minute mark when Hayes got one into the breeze, and now all of a sudden they got 2 in a row, and Eddie's got it again. Inside forward 50. They might just get 3 in a row, and this is what they need with the breeze. As Brett Eddy has one, and he'll have a shot this time directly in front, and he'll kick it from 40 metres, Howie.
What Eddie did then was he held his spot. In previous forward sort of thrusts, he's been getting pushed under the footy and hasn't been able to make a contest. That time he held his ground and was able to get that double grab.
So directly in front, kicking towards the Inverloch end of the Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. Eddie comes in and puts it straight over the goal umpire's head. The Maroons have got 3 in a row, but more importantly, they close the gap to 10 points, and that's what we sort of response we needed from the Maroons.
So what we're finding out of the centre clearances is we're getting maybe that second or third ball up, but then Traralgon's actually getting that clearance with their quick hands, and they're running it just in between the wing and the centre square and finding that nice bit of dry spot to bring it into the forward.
That's 3 goals between the 19 and 22-minute mark of the second quarter to Traralgon, bringing the lead back from 28 to 10 points. And on the Maui Racing Club scoreboard, Wonthaggi 6-4-40 now leads Traralgon 5 goals straight, 30.
Back to the middle of the ground here. It's Howe and Huther again. Huther, this one goes to Howe as well, this one. And the ball goes into the big mud patch in the middle of the ground. Players get up now.
There's that second ball up, only 2 or 3 seconds in.
Yep, Howe gets the ball down. This time it's by Huther who picks the ball up, gets the ball forward, kick off the ground then by Hugh Dunbar. Picked up there by Sparks. His handball's really dominant in particular. Kicking away there for the Maroons. It was a great tackle then too. I can't pick up who that tackler was. But it was a fantastic then.
There was Reuters.
It was young Reuters, and he's been rewarded, has he? No, he hasn't been rewarded, but it was a great tackle by Reuters. They really lifted the tempo now from the Maroons in this quarter. And Howe overruns the ball. Huther gets the handball out, picked off there by Hourigan. Hourigan's quick kick in. Jack Blair's there from Wonthaggi. Schiller there from Maroons as well. His handballs got out. The umpire was quick enough with the whistle to say, give it to me. and I'll ball it up. True centre half forward for the Maroons.
Howie again does the ruck duties in the front spot, taps it down. D'Angelo with a nice little handball out the back. He took on the tackler, did Marsh, then lost it. Quick kick by Tiziana, got dumped as he kicked it. Gets towards half forward, kicked off the ground again by Davey. He's had 3 of those in the last 5 minutes. Coming the other direction was Membry, who kicked it off the ground. They get it back to the centre of the ground to the Maroons, but the power through weight of numbers gets it out to Dawson. Handball over the top to Hutchison. He tried to tap it forward. Good work by Collison with his head over the ball and causes the stoppage as the power forwards look to get it inside 50 again. And again, this Traralgon defence sort of held up. 24 minutes gone. Traralgon have got it back to 10 points they trail by. Huther tapped it down. And D'Angelo and Sparks were there again.
Really liking Collison on that half-back. He just seems to steady him up a little bit, and he's got some good grunt work out of there.
So Huther, Howe this time taps it out. Huther read it though, kicked around his body. There's that man Howe he talks about in Collison, who grabbed it, kicked it out towards half-back. Williams shoved Hamilton out the way. Now Tom comes the other direction. Quick kick by Hurrigan and didn't go too far. Head over the football. Free kick, no. Bray didn't get paid for over the shoulder. Surely got kneed in the head. And the umpire said no.
You find that Hamilton cleared him. It looked like he
missed him, you think?
He missed him altogether.
Okay.
A bit of a hurdle.
Well, fresh airy there. Huther again got it to Lindsay. Took on the tackler of D'Angelo holding the footy. And the free kick will come back to Louis. True centre wing for the Maroons.
Contested ball now is really lifted for the Maroons as well too.
And this man has started it all. Louis D'Angelo, right foot kick in towards Eddie again. Underneath it on this occasion. Out the back, Schilling. Good handball there by Knowles. Got it to Blair. Kick around the body. Halliburton attacked it. Ran around one. Got ball to boot. Gets to the fat side. It might skid through. And it misses all goals and behinds. And we'll have a boundary throw in right on the point post. 25 and a half minutes gone. In the second quarter for the Moe Racing Club. Sees a 10-point margin in favour of Wonthaggi.
Deep into this second quarter, you prefer a boundary throw-in so you can reset and try and get that 6-pointer.
It's a great advantage to have too for the Maroons this deep in this quarter as well. If they can goal from here, huge. Great tap down there by Eddie. The snap as well. It was picked off there by Schneider, again, who's having a huge quarter for the Maroons and just offline for 1 point.
At 5-1-31, Traralgon trailing by 9 points now. Wonthaggi are 6-4-40, and Schneider has had another 8 disposals, 19 for the match.
Schultz's kick found Knowles, but Knowles couldn't hold the mark. Bray's there for Wonthaggi. His handball goes out to Knowles. The ball finds itself pushed over the line then too. Bray was, while he was there, and it was out of bounds.
Some good forward pressure.
Some great forward pressure there by the Maroons too. They've really lifted that tempo. They've really lifted that contested ball and their ability just to win it. And they're one-on-ones. Ball comes back in. It was Hamilton versus, picked up there by Hamilton in the air. Schneider, his kick wasn't great either. It was actually Ambler. Huther, another little chop kick outside of his defensive 50. Finds the ball with Howe and Collison. Collison goes to ground. Gets the handball, really no one in particular. Mobilia. His handball looking for Blair. Blair couldn't find the ball and goes to ground. It could have been nearly a free kick. But the umpire says, I'll bring it in. True wing here at Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. We've played 27 minutes in this second quarter.
So ball up right in front of the commentary box, near side at Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. Jacobson with a tap down. Lindsay had his arm held, still good enough to get the footy. Picked off though by D'Angelo and Sparks. Did he get him over the shoulder? No, he didn't. Schneider didn't like the treatment that Sparks gave D'Angelo. Hamilton comes in. All fair and well. We've got a boundary throw in. 9 points is the margin. Whistle gone. We've got a free kick. Where is it? It's going Traralgon's way. And the Wonthaggi supporters at the boundary line don't agree with it. Hamilton says, I'll take it. And the umpire says, just get back behind your line.
Sparks seems a little bit rattled here, Scud. A little bit rattled.
It's a great matchup. It's been a good one all afternoon. As Hamilton's right foot wobbly kick to half forward, picked off. And this time it is by Bates, who takes the chest mark at half back. Sparks comes for a rest, and D'Angelo follows for a rest. The kick goes inboard.
He doesn't have to tag him on the boundary, does he?
No, he doesn't. Hayes has it, kicks towards the boundary line. Good work by Tom Hamilton. He tried to claim the mark. He's going to get dumped by the tackle of Josh Bates.
Bit stiff.
He had one bite, he had 2 bites. He looked at the umpire. I think you just got to play to the whistle, don't you? You can't stop in those situations. Bates dumped him to the ground. Ball up in front of us, 28 and a half minutes gone. Margin sits at 9 points. Overrunning it, head over the footies. Murray got out of the tackle somehow, won the free kick. Advantage, will it be paid? Yes, it will. Huther gives it back to Murray. Left foot kick, inside forward 50. Hutchison's got the sit on this. Can't complete the mark. Lopez was there, picked up by Mobilia. Snap around the body, it's dribbling. Going back is Collison, sliding, touching, and he does rush it through with a millimetre to spare, and it's a minor score, Paul Carter.
6-5-41, Wonthaggi Power leading by 10 points over Traralgon. 5-1-31. Murray Racing Club scoreboard night, 29 minutes played in the second quarter.
Collison's kick found Scalte's. Scalte's kick to the pack, picked up there by Hourigan. He was tackled. The umpire was quick with the whistle, and he's played it, holding the ball, and that was won there by Murray. He's had a great quarter so far, Murray. He looks deep. He wants to go deep as well. That big left foot kick in. There's no one really there. All Traralgon and Jacobson marks, uncontested, deep inside his defensive 50. Very congested now. The ball, all players are forward of 50.
Sounds like you, Box.
He does. And he kicks the ball long. Shilling couldn't mark. Great pick off there by Cutico. Cutico's left foot snap to Eddie, who's one-on-one.
Free kick.
With Thomas. He plays on immediately, looking long. It was a great kick inside, and it was marked there. Oh, no, he's dropped the mark.
Siren sounds after that as well, Box.
That could have been something huge for the Maroons if he was able to hold the mark, and that was Tate Marsh, wasn't it, that dropped the mark.
That was just a beautifully weighted kick into that forward line. It just sat there nicely, didn't it?
Right on the siren. So at half-time, it sees Wonthaggi lead it by 10 points, 6-5-41 leading Traralgon 5-1-31. The Maroons kicked the last 3 goals in the second quarter to make a bit of a game of it after Wonthaggi got out to a game-high 28 points. And that was around about the 17-minute mark of that second quarter. It's half-time, 10-point margin in favour of the home side, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
live on TRFM.
Yeah, let's get down to business. Third quarter for McDonald's is about to get underway. Wonthaggi were a little bit late getting out. They're just rolling to the positions. Traralgon ready to go. 10-point margin in favour of the home side. Wonthaggi, it's a big quarter. Boxer, we're looking forward to this one. Traralgon, they've been good. They haven't really sort of let Wonthaggi off the chain. Their defence has been fantastic. Wonthaggi lead by 10. Wonthaggi, though, kicking with the breeze in this quarter.
They need to find the whole quarter here. What really hurt him that first quarter is that 10-minute gap at the back end of that first quarter where they let 3 goals go in red time. So if they can actually hold the whole quarter and play the way they did that first quarter, gives them really good momentum going into that last quarter, knowing that they've got that breeze to work with, but at the same time that they've beaten Wonthaggi at their own game.
All right, we'll get a couple of update scores around the grounds in just a moment. Actually, Howie, quickly go to a couple of those now with the North Gippy.
Yep, North Gippy's just come through. So Woodside 7-8-50, Hayfield 5-5-35.
So third quarter right here in the round 17 of Inter-Energy Gippsland League is underway, and Hoother taps it down. Back there was Hourigan, who remains in the middle of the ground. McMahon was there, but then lost the footy, working hard at ground level nicely, which looks to be Bates back there.
I'm surprised with Hourigan though too. I would have thought with that breeze, he's the best intercept mark in the competition. He'd probably give that rebound off half-back.
He's on Lindsay at the moment, and the ruck duties go at it again. Tapped over the shoulder there was from the ruckman in Jacobson, and Murray kicked around his body, and then he has to go and get it at ground level again. Good fight. Handball's back to Lindsay. Barrels one to the top of the 50. Collison looks to be the loose man back. Coming out though was Davey. Just left it behind. D'Angelo will soccer off the ground and have McMahon close. Quickly does spark, but he gives away the free kick for over the shoulder as Jackson McMahon has it on the far side of the ground.
And Bray's the other loose for Wonthaggi.
So McMahon looks up, drives it towards the half-forward or wing area. Jacobson will be the target and can mark unopposed in the end. Quickly plays on by hand to Collison. Comes off the side of his boot. It's going to skid through to where Chug finds it. At centre-half back, his handball, well, it was impeded a little bit by Halliburton, but eventually the Power get through. Chug gets it back. Decides to kick inside forward 50. Hutchison flies it. It clears the pack. Where's the runner? Davies had a couple of sockers off the ground. This time he picks it up and he steps around the body for a Zambrero goal that a contender, and at 1:30 in the third quarter, the Power get the first.
So that first forward thrust by Wonthaggi, all the players didn't judge that wind, and they all ran underneath it. Ball went over the top, loose ball pick up, easy goal.
And Tom Davies' second goal has come just on the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has Wonthaggi at a 16-point advantage over Traralgon, 7-5-47, leading the Maroons 5-1-31.
You just found the Maroons were pretty flat-footed too when the ball hit the deck.
They didn't spin around too quick, did they?
And Tom Davies been renowned for doing that for years and years. He's got great pace, even though he's getting on in his years these days, but he still hasn't lost his pace.
I thought he was going to soccer off the ground. He's done a few of those.
He's done a few times. So it's Jacobson and Hoother. It's Hoother. It was Jacobson this time, gets the ball down to Schneider. His quick little handball to D'Angelo didn't go too well. Picked off there by the coach, Jared Blair. His little chip kick wasn't great. Looking for Hutchison, what a great pick up there too. But then it was just chipped off there by Halliburton. Halliburton's kick. Not a great kick, but it's going to probably work out for the Maroons too, because it finds touch and it goes out of bounds. Coach's side here at Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. First goal of the game, of the quarter I should say, has gone to the Power through Davey. So a good little start then too by the Power. Both ruckmen seem a long way away from this throw-in, but it's a great little throw-in then too by the boundary umpire. Jacobson wins the ball. His handball didn't go off. Lindsay was there to pick it off. His handball only fine. It goes as far as Ambler's kick. Wasn't a great kick as it stayed inside. The runner for Wonthaggi's trying to help out the boundary umpire. It's gone out of bounds on the full. And it's a free kick there to Reid of Power.
So right in front of us, Reid goes inboard. Little beautiful kick. Can find Murray on the wing. He's got Dawson in the middle. That was ignored. Davey would leave as well. That's ignored. He goes backwards in the end. He's going to clear. Thomas's head hits the deck. Schultz has to, well, he's that low to the ground, it doesn't matter. He picks it up on the hop, kicks it out wide, and then a big spoil there was from Cunico. He's got 2 to beat, and he can't do so because Williams picks it up, kicks it high, but good little pressure, just gets the ball back. And it's in the hands of Huey Dunbar for the Maroons. They trail by 16 points. It's a much-spirited effort, better than what it was last week. Gets out the back, Ambler handballs off to Reuters, goes inside forward 50, one-on-one, Eddie with a one hand. Thomas does well, he's got 2 to beat. Has he given away the free kick, Eddie? No. Blair's up to the task, took on the Ambler tackle, Hambles over the shoulder where Murray was there, has to fight through, a tackle at D'Angelo, umpire said play on, numbers favour Wonthaggi, great smother by Ambler, the desperation for the Maroons is there, Snyder's ran down from behind, and the free kicker now advantage paid goes to Blair as he gets it to Mobilia, he runs underneath it. Couldn't complete the mark. Hamble over the shoulder. Back to Mobilia. His right foot kick to Davey. Shoulders will close. Good spoil. They dive on it, does Collison. And he gets one. Although he gives away the free kick for sliding and taking out the knees of Tom Davey. So Davey has it. He kicked one from this distance on the siren. This time kicks to the top of the square. Hutchison with a big fly and Elevate can't complete it. Working hard was Harley. Hutchison goes again, tried to duck the shoulder. Maroons want the boundary or they want a free kick. They're not going to get either, but they will get the stoppage. And the umpire says at 5 minute mark we'll ball it up 10 metres out.
The listeners will actually know how high Hutchison got them by the big oomph by Paul Carter.
Big
he got up pretty high then too, Hutchison. He's been renowned for it as well. Jacobson, big defensive punch out there for his 50, but only to find Blair, who might have got a free kick here. And it's probably is a Blair. It is Blair. The coach again finds himself in the right position. It was just a big death punch then too, I'll call him, by the big Jacobson as well.
Just a big whack over the shoulder, wasn't it? Yep, try to clear it out.
But Jarrod Blair was the first one to pounce and found himself a free kick. He's probably found himself here in the first quarter as well. Probably a little bit more of an angle there too. But he put the first one through for the afternoon from that pocket. We can see if he's going for back-to-back goals. So Blair comes in. This one he finds it, kicks it out wide. It's probably not even going to make the distance. It hasn't. And defensively, the Maroons have got it out of bounds. Right on the point post in their defensive 50. So Wonthaggi got a chance here to put another one on the board and really make Traralgon work hard now to get this ball out of that danger zone. So Jacobson and Harley. Jacobson gets the ball down front and centre. No one to really in particular there too. The ball's wrapped up. And Jacobson finds the ball back in his hands again for another stoppage, 30 metres out from the Wonthaggi goal.
Well, 6 minutes into this quarter. What happened then, Boxer?
So the umpires went to throw the ball up, but it's only gone about half a metre in the air. So it's hit the ruckman in the chest.
So they'll do it again. This time a better throw. Taps out the back, kick around the body there. Was quickly picked off. Hutchison tried to run through, squeezed a Hamble out the back. Ambler with a head over the foot. He does well to lock it up, and we'll do it again.
Can I just say from an observation too, Wonthaggi seemed to have upped their pressure as well. So
I was just about to say, every time Snyder's getting the footy, they're going that really hard tackle. So maybe that's something they've looked at half time. 16
points as the margin. Gets out wide toward Tom Hamilton. Ran down from Sparks, and the strong tackle caused the errant kick. Well, he didn't get boot to ball in the end. The umpire said that's holding the ball. And that's what you want from one of your best midfielders in the comp.
Tom's a little bit slow to get up.
Yep. As Sparks will come out. Boxer, we're getting close in on a 4:05, by the way. Currently, we're sitting at 3:49.
So we're going off air for a little bit?
No, we're not. You're calling.
Taking over, Boxer.
Well, there's a race happening down in Melbourne because Howie and I have a small little share in I Am Unstoppable. And hopefully can take out the Group 3 Vane Stakes very shortly. We'll get to that, though, when it happens. Back here at Wonthaggi. Ryan Sparks, his side leads by 16 points. Sparks has got a shot on goal from 45 metres. Right foot, wants it to come back right to left, hits the post. And on the McDonald's scoreboard, the new juicy, sticky barbecue Angus now at Macca's.
7-6-48, Wonthaggi leading Traralgon 5-1-31. That's on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. 8 minutes, third quarter.
Membry went short to Collison. Defensive back pocket. Collison playing a little bit across half back today. Kicks it out wide. Far side. Hamilton in the front spot. Recovered from that hit. Takes a nice mark. In the end, no one really competed with him. And he's on his defensive 50. Kicks to the far side of the ground. The target is Schilling. Works his opponent out nicely, but they just get a hand on it and it trickles over for a boundary throw-in. Of course, our Zambrero goal of the day contender. Hutchison leads that at the moment. Sam Halliburton had a nice one. And don't forget, if you're craving a burst of flavour, look no further. The new toasted burrito at Zambrero, Warrigal and Traralgon stores. Hoother at ground level here. Trying to ping-pong it out of there was Cunico. And then they put on the tackle. And Murray didn't like the tackle from Jacobson and then looked up and went, you're a little bit taller than me. I might just give it a rest. So we'll do it again. And this time Jacobson with a big tap down. Out the back there was Jackson Williams for the Power. Shoved off it though. Snyder did well. Kick around the body. Going back with the flight. Nicely done is Schultz. He's going to come in board to Blair. And can they get the switch going? The Power. Reid will present for him. Eddie just sort of guards a little bit of space to stop the switch. Well done. He has to kick in the middle of the ground. It might still work for the Power. Davies back there. Got a handball across now to Jared Blair. He handballs to a teammate who's under all sorts of pressure. And Dawson eventually goes to ground. Comes the other direction on that occasion. And the free kick will be played. The advantage will go. Hayes will chisel one in. At ground level here is Hutchison. Back there was Little. Tackled him when he didn't have the footy. And then kick around the body from Noah Anderson. Will go out of bounds on the full. 9 3/4 minutes gone, 17-point margin to the Power.
You can just tell Wonthaggi was really keen to spread then as well. Once they won the ball defensive 50, they ran and spread, and they ran hard too.
And they brought it this side of the ground. They went to the pavilion side, so they had the wind going in.
So Wonthaggi have really got a game plan this quarter to really try and run this quarter right out. And they find themselves inside their 50 quite a few times. Jacobson's kick wasn't great. Actually, it was Leprez. Then it was through Hayes. Hayes' kick, looking and finding Mobilia, who's in the right spot.
Too strong for Marsh.
It was like David and Goliath. And Mobilia, he marks strong. He's only probably 25 metres out, directly in front.
But
normally we would say it would be a pretty well set shot.
Yeah.
We'll back him in. But with these conditions at the moment too, the way it is, and it's still going to be a tough kick. Well, there's a little bit being said between Eddie and the crowd as he come off the ground. Mobilia comes in and he puts it straight over the goal umpire's head for another goal to the Power.
So when Traralgon was trying to clear it out of the back line, then Wonthaggi got it. The first thing they did was they looked straight into the middle of the ground. Mobilia he'd been there on his own for a good 30 seconds, and he just stood his ground and took the big mark.
And back out to a 23-point lead to Wonthaggi, 11 minutes into the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Power at 8-6-54, leading Traralgon on their half-time score of 5-1-31.
That's because those Maroon defenders were actually drawn to the ball.
The ball dropped short a bit.
And let Tate Marsh take on the big man, which just didn't work out.
Well, they've been challenged before. Can the Maroons find something else? Howe in the middle there. Huther tapped it down, though. Hourigan got slung around in the tackle. The Power through weight of numbers are going to get it inside forward 50 again. It was Hayes. In it goes, and Davey comes out on a strong lead. One of the small men out there. He didn't worry about what was in front of him. He got to the right drop zone and takes the mark. And Tom Davey will go back. He's got one in the quarter, and he looks to get another. The margin at 23 points. This will be game high, 29 if he puts it through. Kicking towards Inverloch into the ground with a breeze going in that direction. Still reasonably strong. No rain. Davey, we know he's got the distance. Will kick from 45. We'll need to start it from the left goal post. Slightish angle. Skips in. On its way, and it's through the middle. Davey's got 2 in the quarter, and they get it out to the game high, 29 points.
There was a strong lead through the middle there, and he didn't worry about the traffic around him. He just kept his eyes on the footy, split the pack a bit, took a nice mark out in front, then just went back and just guided it through for the goal.
And as Darryl said, it's a match-high 29-point lead to Wonthaggi on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. We're at the 12-minute mark of the third quarter, and Wonthaggi are 9-6-60, leading Traralgon 5-1-31.
How the game changes pretty quickly, doesn't it? In the space of 12 minutes, the game has really swung in the Power's favour.
Last time they kicked the 3, they obviously got the 4 goals, but they need to find a stop, do the Maroons. Big moment right now for the Moore Bowling Club.
So we've got Harley and Howe in the middle. Harley wins the tap down to D'Angelo. He's already wrapped up there by Sparks. What a matchup that's been for the afternoon. Umpire quickly plays, gets it going now straight away. This time was Harley's tap down. D'Angelo again lays another tackle. I'd like to see his tackle count for the afternoon, D'Angelo, because he has laid a lot of tackles this afternoon, especially with the job on Sparks, and then having to counteract again with a tackle. Bell's ball up, Howe gets the ball down. Another stoppage in the middle of the ground. No one's going too far. Tate Marsh this time on the bottom of the pack. And we've only gained about 5 metres to the far wing. Howe this time gets the tap down. Couldn't get to Tate Marsh. There for Traralgon was Cade Reuters. He overrun the ball. Picked up there by Hayes. Hayes handballed out to Sparks. He has another good little handball out there too. One thing he played, couldn't pick up Howe's quick kicking. And fortunately marked there by Josh Hamilton in the middle of the ground. He plays on immediately, looking for Jacobson.
Oh, well done, Reid.
Full forward. Reid, the ever-reliable Reid too. His handball was chopped off there by Hamilton. He goes back to his brother, who in turn goes out wide to McMahon. His little chip kick looking for Halliburton. Wasn't a great kick there for Halliburton. He's had his nearly head down. He's taken off by Bray. Umpire comes in, and there's a free kick won there by Halliburton.
Yeah, they trail by 29 points to the Maroons. They need to get one into the breeze. Halliburton's too far out to score, but he'll put it inside 50 again. Jacobson will fly. Reed with a big spoil again. Front there was Tiziani. Gave it off to Blair. Jack went straight for the boundary line. Now, that's deliberate. The umpire says, no, it's not.
If that's not, then we're not paying one all year.
He had no player at about 20 metres. The intention was to put it out of bounds, and he did exactly that. But that's okay. Whatever the umpire says is true. Boundary throw in, 14 and a half minutes gone. Comes back in, Howe taps it down at front level, that's over the shoulder. Lindsay will get the free kick at half back. Danger signs now if they get another one. This kick though turned over, and Harvey Howe with the intercept mark coming into it, gives a handball off out to the back to McMahon. Goes in the direction of Schilling. Can't mark ground level there. It was Lindsay. Good work by Hamilton on the left to open space. Reuters has got there. Chug's going to close and put some defence on. Reuters will snap around the body, and on the last line, nicely done is Knowles. Not only that, he wins it and then finds an outlet target in Tiziani at the top of his defensive 50. And they hold up again, the defence. This kick, though, turned over. And Scolters, after having a blistering first quarter, takes the intercept mark. Left footer. Comes off the side of the boot slightly. Reed will come. Jackson Williams got it through the hands. Head over the footy there was Jacobson. A long way to go. Shuffled through. Nicely done by Ambler. Squares the kick out wide to Marsh, who can mark on the chest. He might be too far out to score with this breeze into his face. Tate Marsh, 15, make it 16 minutes gone. We'll have a shot. I think he's too far out to score, Howie.
Yeah, he'll take everything and a little bit more, I think.
He's going to have to kick at 49, but it's into a bit of a breeze. He rolls around to try and get the extra distance, holds up in the breeze, top of the square. Where's the fly? Hamilton? Nope. He took the mark, did Hamilton, but the free kick's going to be paid because his brother Josh, they won't be happy with that one, just held out. His defender there, and it was Tiziani, I think. It is.
He was lucky not to give away a 50-metre penalty either. He gave the ball to Reed instead of Tiziani as well. Howe with Harley. No one could mark. Harley actually wins the ball back on the ground level. Gets his handball out. It's really no one in particular. Scolties is there. Picked off then by Ambler. Kick off the ground. Schillings finds himself in front. His handball was pretty ugly. Didn't find anyone there too. Harley, who was smart enough to pick the ball up to Jack Blair. Jack Blair's kick into the Anderson. Anderson plays on immediately, finds Harry Dawson. Harry Dawson, true wing here at Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. He's looking to go inboard. They've done it all day. Finds Jack Blair. He just settles down and slightly, just gives the power enough time to run and spread. He plays along, does a little bit of a dance around Josh Hamilton, kicks the ball in long.
Scolters.
Jack Hutchinson coming hard. Scolty's guts found some. His bravery was fantastic too. Eddie marks on the ball. He plays on immediately. Schultz wraps him up. Umpire says no play on. Every other day of the week they was holding the ball. Jack Hutchinson couldn't mark the ball. And I was just caught up in that events then too by Schultz. His tackle was fantastic. The awareness around Eddie wasn't there for him either. So the opportunity for him to get the ball off quicker was probably after his teammates' demise.
Boxer, you have a rest.
I will.
Because you're going to need to get back on in about 5 minutes.
Exactly right. Howe in the front spot, skipped out the back. Hoother went to ground. Lindsay does well, gave it across to Hayes. Quick kick inside 50, goes across the face of goal, skids to the other side. It's a foot race. Dunbar's out there with the man at the moment who's got 3 goals in Davey. And it goes over for a boundary throw-in. Around the ground check for us, Howie, all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture.
Well, we've just had an update at 3/4 time. We've got Fish Creek 4-8-32, Yanar 4-4-28.
Well, it's a big game there too. Yanar need a win to get inside the top 6. If they are to do that, they will play finals footy. Lindsay gave it backwards to Hayes again, and they drive it inside forward 50, gets over the back. Blair was the target, couldn't take the mark. Now his groundwork was okay. Handballs over the shoulder, gives it backwards to Murray, and now the kick, flying shot at goal is going to miss and go through for a minor score. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard says
9-7-61 Traralgon to Wonthaggi. Traralgon at 5-1-31, 30-point lead.
win free McCafe coffee for a year on the My Macca's app. You've got to download it now. Visit mcdonalds.com.au for all terms and conditions. As McMahon just spills the mark and puts himself under pressure, but the free kick with over the shoulder will be paid.
Man, how are you thinking about that sticky Angus you were talking about before on the way home?
A little quick stop.
It's a great day to be hungry, that's for sure. Only at McDonald's. As McMahon has it in the back pocket. Comes towards the boundary side. Hand up there was Murray. Reid came through at a bit of pace. Tried to pick it off. Murray goes again. Somehow gets ball to boot. Little's in the good spot, and he'll take the contested mark for the Maroons' defence. Doesn't want to switch it. He wants to come back towards where the crowd is. And you look for the target in Eddie. Reid will come at the back. Hourigan's there as well, and Reid with a big spoil at ground level was D'Angelo. Gets to the back. Hourigan does well, but then kicks a barrel and goes out of bounds on the full in front of the Wonthaggi coaching staff. Will go in the way of Knowles. He quickly takes the ball and comes inboard to Hayes. Now they've got runners in the middle of the ground. It's Williams. Don't have a bounce in there, Jacko. It's going to be a bog pit. He kicks it out wide, out in front of Davey. Going to ground there was Dunbar. Had to get up quickly. Davey does well. Got tackled when he didn't have the footy. And it goes over for a boundary throw-in.
It's going to be a bog pit.
It's a bog pit. It means it's wet mud. It's a bog pit.
Oh, okay.
Where most pigs stay, in a bog pit.
Sparks has just come on. D'Angelo straight onto him.
Yep. Been a good match-up all afternoon. We've got 2 minutes before the big race, of course, down there at Caulfield, the Vane Stakes. We won't be commentating, but I'll be doing my best to keep my mouth shut, especially if our horse sort of looms up at about the 200. And there's a free kick back here, and it's going to go in the way of Traralgon. Joel Scholt has had a good game for the Maroons this afternoon, one of their best, all thanks to Traralgon Mazda. Obviously, it's up against a crack red-hot favourite in Cylinder. But I Am Unstoppable's in good form. I'm not giving you the mail, though. As Hourigan gave it across to D'Angelo. They get it out wide to Ambler. Kicks along the half-forward line. In the front spot was Schilling. Got crunched over the back. Blair was there. Handballs forward to Lindsay. He's been busy. Great work. Chain of hands. Bray comes in to help. Squeezes it back to Jack Blair. Right foot kick. Nicely done. Under pressure, their composure's fantastic for the Power. Found Chug. 21 minutes gone. It's a 30-point margin now, the Power. They press again. Half forward. Mabili with a big mouth, a great pickup. To Lindsay. Inside forward 50. To Davey. Whistle downfield. Against Ambler. Lindsay kicked it, got dumped. The free kick will go to Tommy Davey. He's kicked 3. And he's about to have a shot for 4. He better hurry up because I've got a minute to go at Caulfield. Tom Davies got 3. Slidey angle.
He's going for his 30th goal of the year, Tom Davies. It's a great little return for a small forward.
It's what you want, especially when you've got the likes of Hutchison. Cooper McGuinness isn't out there today. And Davies got 3. 22 minutes past, third quarter for McDonald's. Davey comes in. He's kicked 2 in the quarter, mind you. He's going to have a shot from about 45. This one, left to right, on its way, if you don't mind. Tommy Davies got 3 in the quarter, and they rush to him. He's got 4 for the game, and the Power blow it out to 36 points.
I missed what the downfield was for, but once it got into Davies' hand, like a good set shot, he's had already got 2 this quarter, so he nearly penciled that one in before he kicked it. He had a great follow-through, really nice goal.
And a 36-point lead at the 22-minute mark of the third quarter is in Wonthaggi's favour. They've kept Traralgon scoreless this quarter. The Maroons are still on 5-1-31, and Wonthaggi now out to 10-7-67. All this on McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Rightio, Boxer.
Well, you know things are serious when Darryl stands up. He never stands up. Huther gets a tap down to Sparks. He was taken high. The umpire said he was.
Boxer, I need your very best here for the next 5 minutes.
Another free kick to Sparks. He plays on immediately. Kicks it out wide, looking for the man of the moment, Davey. And he takes a diving mark. He's right on the 50 line. 45-degree angle. He's not going to actually. He's going to look at passing it off. So quickly lead come in. That's a great mark. They're taken to by Jared Blair. And his overhead marking today has been unbelievable for a small player of his size. He just knows how to do it.
All yours now, Boxer.
I know, it's all mine. I really appreciate the fact that you've given me this as well. Well, Wonthaggi roll the changes while he's having his set shot.
Racing Caulfield.
So Blair. He's about 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. Tough pocket to kick from as well. The ball, he's actually kicked it. There you go.
Wow.
We went that quiet. We didn't even know what it had done. But then the players' reaction, we just knew then that the coach of Wonthaggi has given him another goal in this third quarter.
Now the lead's out to 42 points. We're at the 24-minute mark of the third quarter. Wonthaggi on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard are on 11-7-73, leading Traralgon 5-1-31.
It's a big quarter here for the Power. I think we're very big quarter for the Power.
Just quietly, I think we're too far off the leader. We're coming wide around the turn.
Just let it go, mate. They'll just go zoom down the outside. So Huther and Jacobson and Huther. Jacobson gets a tap down to Schneider. He overruns the ball. He's wrapped up. And we've got another stoppage. Here he comes. And it looks like he's going to get it too. No, he's not.
Oh, sorry, so close.
Jacobson gets a tap down to Schneider. The umpire's found a free kick. And it's going to go to Lindsay for holding against Schneider. So Lindsay, he plays on to Jack Blair. Jack Blair goes out wide and finds Schultz. No, it's not Schultz. It is whoever it is.
Sorry, mate. I'm just watching the photo. We ran
Williams.
third, by the way.
So
On the
Williams,
By about a head to Cylinder, looks like has won.
we're at the footy now, guys. Let's go.
Sorry, mate.
No, I'm joking. It was a great run then too. So we've got a stoppage on the far pocket, just outside the forward 50 for the Power. And we've got a throw in coming down.
Rightio. I'm back, Boxer. Sorry, mate. Huge run. Absolutely huge run from our boy.
No third dividend, so I don't get money.
No, you don't. Don't worry about that. Owners do, though. Boundary throw in, back there, Power go forward again. Here's Davey. It's Hayes in the end. Left foot kick around the body. In towards Blair. Gets out the back. Head over the football there. Looks to be, is it Thomas that might have gone forward for the Power? I think it is. Socket off the ground, though, from Connor Little. Gets to the top of the 50 for him. They're under pressure. They trail by 42 points now to the Maroons. It's been a big quarter for the Power. Chug took on a couple of tacklers. I think he took on too many. And we'll have a boundary throw in. It could be a dead heat, by the way, at Caulfield. Just having a look at this. Anyway, as Halliburton wins the free kick at half-back, kicks towards Hamilton, skets out the back. Tom will get the free kick. There's a free kick to Tom Hamilton here. 26 minutes have gone into the third quarter. As we had a little bit of a moment, Howie and I, as we sort of loomed up at about the 50 and just
You had a moment.
couldn't get there. We did have a moment with the horse. Cylinder has won, by the way, as the Group 2 superstar that is, the odds-on favourite that it was. Had a bit of work to do. Ora Bora. As we got a boundary throw in. The free kick will go the Power way. Kicks it down towards the target. I think a lot of Traralgon players thought that it was a boundary throw in, and they were set up that way, and the 50 metre.
Clever.
So Tom Hamilton just took half a step off his mark and just sucked him into it, and he got the 50 metre penalty.
The first call from the boundary umpire was ball in, so there was a bit of confusion there.
So quick kick over the top. Jack Blair got it across to Jacob Thomas, and he'll have a shot on goal. They've kicked 5 for the quarter, have the Power. They've blown this game apart. It's 42 points in favour of the Power. They are kicking with a breeze, but I think it's a little stretch too far for this Maroon side as we're closing in on the third quarter. As Thomas, slightish angle, comes in. We'll have to kick it about 45 metres. He wants to join the party and puts it on its way. And he says, invite me to your party because I want to kick one as well. And he does just that. Jacob Thomas gets his first. He's been swung from back to forward. And he gets a goal in the third quarter.
So that was a beautiful set shot. He just followed through the footy. It didn't even look like missing then, Boxer. It was straight through the middle.
And a 48-point lead now to Wonthaggi on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Closing in on the three-quarter time siren. It's 28-minute mark. 12-7-79 Wonthaggi, leading Traralgon 5-1-31.
It's just their kick of the goal's been impeccable, hasn't it?
Set shots.
Just their set shots have been great.
5 goals won this quarter only.
28 minutes, so back to the middle. Huther again taps it down. Put one hand out there, did Sparks. Has to go again. Mabelia now goes into the middle. Little kick goes straight up and down into that bog pit again, Boxer. Head over it there was Marsh. Trying to come out of this one. Great work by Murray. Left foot kick to half forward. This time Membry's got the sit. Can't complete the mark though. Now he's gone under pressure. Big tackle by Dawson, holding the footy. I think it is. Siren sounds. What is a Wonthaggi avalanche? They kicked 6 goals for the quarter. Traralgon couldn't manage one. Actually, they couldn't manage a score in the third quarter. They remain on 5 goals won. Wonthaggi now 12-7-79. The margin's 48 points. It's three-quarter time. The top of the table, the top side, Wonthaggi, just flex their muscles as they get it out to 48 points. It's Gippsland Live. It's three-quarter time. And it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
and Acer today. 3 down, 1 to go. The final quarter is about to start. This is Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Yeah, it certainly is. Great to have you company across Gippsland and the Valley. It's three-quarter time, 48-point margin in favour of the home side, Wonthaggi. Quick score update. Andrew Howes here for Harvey Norman Furniture. What have we got?
So around the grounds, we've got Bairnsdale 7-7-49, Morwell 14-6-90. We've got Druin 2-3-15, Leongatha 12-6-78, and then we've got Moe 12-16-88 to Maffra's 1-5-11.
Thank you very much, Andrew Howe. Some key stats just quickly. Paul Cutter.
Main stat winners, Tom Murray for Wonthaggi on 26 disposals to this stage. Jack Blair had a big third quarter. He's up to 24 disposals. For Traralgon, we have Tom Schneider on 21, Ty Hourigan on 20.
Thanks very much. There he is, Paul Carter. All thanks to Traralgon Mazda, the new hybrid Mazda CX-60. You can elevate your world. As this final quarter gets underway, we'll try and look after Boxer's voice. We apologise all afternoon for Boxer, but that's okay. We do that most weekends. Tomahutha in the middle of the ground, grabs it out of the ruck, kicks it only 5 metres forward, sparks at ground level, works hard. He's had D'Angelo with him all afternoon. Jacobson tried to rip that out, and we'll have a ball up. Just interesting to note that Jack Hutchison just went to the interchange with a big robe on. Not sure that we might see him for the rest of the game. Traralgon win a stoppage, win a free kick. They get paid the advantage. Then D'Angelo got it, kicked it towards half forward. Is where Halliburton can step around one. He's got a little bit of pace on top of the ground. Right foot kick out the back is Schilling, can't mark. Good spoil from Bates. Gets it towards the boundary line. Williams will sell. I don't want this one. It's going to go over for a boundary throw in. Inside a minute. Boxer.
Yes, thanks, Scott, for looking after me then.
I'll take over again.
It's in the far pocket. Forward 50 for Traralgon. Boy, you give me that look. You should be very happy after that win. You just won 60,000.
Did not.
You did. The lights come on here at Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. Ball's one out there by Reed. Kicks out wide on the far wing looking for Mobilia. He's able to actually get down the big fella. Gets the handball out to young Murray. Murray on his right foot this time there, looking for, not wanting Thomas. Good little spoil there by Hourigan. The ball's out there, one there by Chug. Chug's handball. And good support them too by Thomas. He gets the kick long and hard, looking for Davey. He couldn't mark. Picked off there by Dunbar. Dunbar gets his handball out to Membry. Membry off one step. Big kick into the middle of the ground, but it's all Wonthaggi power. It's marked on the chest there by Lindsay. Aidan Lindsay, the stalwart of Wonthaggi power. Ball drops the ball inside 50 again, looking for Harley, but this time in front there too was Dunbar. He couldn't mark. Mobilia, he's there doing all the grunt work there for the power. Gets a quick little kick away, picked up there by Hayes. Hayes couldn't pick the ghost to ground. Good little tackle then too by Scolties, and the ball will be balled up just outside the point post here. What's wrong?
Just outside. 2 minutes in.
That's it, I'm done.
He's done, he's cooked.
Stick to comments, Boxer. Good work. Quick tap around. Hourigan tapped it towards the boundary line. Sparks will see it go over.
What are you trying to say?
Boundary thrown. You do your best work for Carper Country this afternoon, helping dreams become a reality with that voice.
1981.
Since 1981. With that voice, you've just got a few extra followers.
I have got a few followers now. They're all concerned as well.
Yeah, they are very concerned. Well, if you want to, you're that concerned, you can find Boxer here at Wonthaggi. We're not taking him home. Brimbelia, meanwhile, led out from full forward. As Harley delivered it only 15.5 metres, Mobilia took the mark. We'll have a shot on goal. Just starting to get a handle on things now, aren't they, Howie? This Wonthaggi side, they're on top for a reason.
Oh, exactly. They've got good structure. They're playing in front. They know where they're going to, where each other is. They handball better. They're just a bit better at the moment, actually, Scud.
So Mobilia comes in, gets the first of the final quarter. Took 3 minutes. And they continue on their ways at the moment, and it is out to the 54-point margin, Paul Carter.
It is 13-7-85 Wonthaggi on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. They are leading Traralgon, who are still at their half-time score of 5-1-31.
Interesting there, obviously, with the stoppage. It was just a little bit too easy. They took it out of there and hit up their forward leading out. Bit easy.
Harley grabbed it out of the ruck, just turned around and just knew just to pop it in that little 10-15 metre kick, knew that someone was going to be leading for him.
Have you seen the game, Boxer, today? Have you impressed with the way that the Power go about it?
Very impressed, and the flexibility of players as well, with Thomas forward now as well, and Mobilia. And they've had the luxury of being able to take Hutchinson off and still kick goals.
So Murray then from the stoppage gets it a half forward, dancing around Anderson, gave it off now to Dawson from 50, wobbly sort of kick. The double fister goes back. Good work by Dunbar, eventually squeezed it through. It's a minor score on the Harvey Norman scoreboard.
13,886 Wonthaggi leading Traralgon 5-1-31.
And don't forget, this weekend, get 10% back in Harvey Norman gift vouchers on Microsoft Surface Laptop 5 and the Pro 9. Must end on Sunday. As the ball gets back out about 60 metres out from Wonthaggi's goal, Josh Hamilton works hard at ground level. Tom comes in to help. The umpire says, I'll do this. And we'll have a ball up.
I just think, too, with Wonthaggi, that they run in waves, don't they? They really push the ball hard. They like to gain that yardage as well. And they've done that very well since half-time.
So Howe does a ruck duty, just shoved Huther out the way, then got the tap down, and winning the free kick at ground level was Snyder. Snyder's stats for the day, Paul Carter, for Traralgon Mazda.
Quite in the third quarter. It's 21. This is his 22nd disposal now.
Half-back flank. Kicks down towards the half-forward line, goes inboard, comes off the side, unfortunately, and lands in the hands of Jack Blair, who puts it in the middle of the ground. All on his own there is Davey. Can roll around, right foot kick in towards Harley, gets Lopez out the way, then drops the mark. He did all the hard work, just couldn't complete it. Now he'll get pinged for holding the ball. No, he won't. The umpire said, let's play it on. Connor Little will relieve the pressure out towards Ambler, who can roll around and just blaze the half forward, but Reed read it better and took the uncontested mark at half-back box.
He sure did. He's a very reliable down back too, Reed. His kick's not great, though. Looking for Bray. He has to try and mark it at ground level. He's still smart enough to win the ball out. The umpire said, no, you can't throw it out. And the free kick will be rewarded there to Jacobson of Traralgon. Jacobson is probably looking for a handball then too, big fella. But nothing up to standard. So he's gone long and he's looking for Eddie. He's got two to beat as well, but he was smart enough nearly to mark the ball as well. Bray's right in the middle of the pack. Eddie gives away the free kick, then picked off, and the advantage taken there by Jack Blair. Blair just goes out wide and he finds Anderson. He chips wide.
Tiziani.
It wasn't Tiziani. And Snyder, his little kick inside to Hamilton, he marks well. With a little bit of attention there from Murray. The umpire said, go around on your mark. Might have been 50. Hamilton's long kick in, looking for Eddie again, was really not a great kick, it was a dump kick. And Reed again, reads it well. Plays on immediately to Chug. Chug marks inside his defensive 50. His chip over the top to Lindsay. Didn't quite find him as well. Halliburton's there for Traralgon. Schneider's there as well. Sorry, it was Dunbar.
Free kick goes the way of Traralgon in Ambler.
And it's Ambler, not Dunbar. Thank you.
6.5 minutes in, Ambler drives it to the top of the square. Out the back is Reed. Eddie in the front spot nearly had a couple of bites. Jacobson roved it, ran into the tackle of Bray, and we'll get holding the ball. Good work by the power defence. They lead by 55 points. Howie?
That was a quick call, but obviously hanging on to the ball too long, Max Jacobson, but very quick on the whistle.
So Shannon Bray, last line, will look up and roll towards the far side of the ground. Kicks it out wide. He's got Huther on his own. Takes the mark. He's got one inboard if he wants to. He goes there, and that player inboard is Bates, able to gather it and kick around the body to where Mobilia presented to the half-forward flank. Kept his feet, did well, won it, and then kicked it inside forward 50. Howe will go back. It's the tall and the small. The tall went to ground, tapped it towards the boundary line. Harley was there. Good tackle on that occasion by Lopez. And we'll have a boundary throw in 7.5 minutes in. 55-point margin.
Just those mid-sized players for Wonthaggi have been fantastic today. So players like Murray, Tom Davey, Tiziani, Anderson, Hayes. You can just keep going as well because there was also another one there was Harry Dawson, who's been great as well, giving them a lot of drive inside 50.
So Tiziani off the back of this one tried to win it and then got driven into the ground. The umpire said it will be my ball. The umpire lets it go, and then a little bit of
bit of argy-bargy,
and it won't be any surprise that it's Sparks and D'Angelo. They've had a good battle all afternoon. D'Angelo running with Sparks. Howe just got a fingertip to it, didn't clear an area, but over the shoulder free kick this time goes to D'Angelo. And he gets called to play on at his half-back line, kicks towards the wing. Hamilton will fly, big spore from over the back there from Bates. Kick around the body there was from Hurrigan, but it's turned over, and Jackson Williams will take the mark for the power. He can come inboard. He's got Reed on, and he can continue with the switch. He's got two options. One of those is Bray. who can find it and mark. Kick to half forward. The target there is Lindsay. Doesn't get there as Collison picks it off. Chips over the top to Collison to Hamilton. Looked for the drawing handball. Now he gets called to play on, so he kicks towards Eddie direction and Bray. Eddie gets to the front spot, free kick, surely. No, said the umpire. He got his head ripped off by Knowles. Eddie won't be happy with that one.
There's been some very strange interpretation today, Scud.
Yeah, he got his direct opponent out of that marking contest, and then Knowles came the other direction. Clopped him high. Had his eyes on the ball, but did get him high. And we'll have a ball up after all that. 9.5 minutes into this final quarter. Over the top was Huther. Quick kick from D'Angelo. Didn't go a great distance. Snyder tried to shuffle it out to the open spaces for Ambler, but picking it off was Jack Blair. Little vision was unbelievable to find Dawson on that outer side. Touches it down on the ground once on the outer wing. Gets towards half forward at the Tozo Immobilia. This guy's so good at ground level. Pickup was clean. Gave it back to Dawson. Kick around the body. Davey will slide. Hit the ground. The umpire said play on. He goes, it doesn't matter. I'll put it back inside forward 50. Chug was the target. Good work by Hourigan, though, to gather it, get it out to open space where Cunico will get it on the end of this one.
Cunico wins the ball at the wing. Actually, just taps it to advantage of young Halliburton. Halliburton's inside kick to Josh Hamilton. Takes a great dive in mark as well. Could have been easy at 50. Nearly gave the free kick away as well because Dawson, is it Dawson that's giving him a bit of a hard time there? It's hard to really tell.
Bates.
That is Bates. The mark then couldn't be marked by Sparks. D'Angelo, his direct opponent, won the crumbs, but was quickly tackled down as well. And be a ball up right on the arch on the 50 for the Maroons in their forward 50, who, if it would be an understatement to say they desperately need a goal.
Can't buy a goal at the moment, Boxer.
So the umpire's still having a bit of a chat to all the players. It's probably Sparks and D'Angelo again because they've been at it all afternoon. Jacobson and Huther. Jacobson wins the ball out of the ruck. He's quickly tackled as well. The ball comes to ground as well as March is wrapped up by Tiziani. Then it was Snyder. Snyder's quick little step inside 50. No one there really there for Traralgon. It's Eddie who's got to do his own crumb work. Gets the ball, wins the ball forward. No one there as well as Reuters. Reuters gets quickly tackled.
Oh, that's below the legs.
The umpire was quick to quickly pay that free kick.
There's a
dangerous little act there as well in regards to...
Yeah, that's why that rule.
Tough.
That's why the rule has been brought in. When you slide in, you can't take the knees out, and that's why the free kick is there, and that's why it's been brought in. If you're fighting for the ball, it's okay, but not when you slide like that. So Tate Marsh will have a shot on goal. We've got a bit of an update for you in the Yanar game as well. Fish Creek, that's a big one, as Marsh's shot on goal will go across the face and help through for a minor score.
Traralgon's first score for the quarter has come at the 12-minute mark of the final quarter. They are now 5-2-32 on the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard, trailing by 54 points. Wonthaggi 13-8-86.
Get to that in a moment. Knowles plays on, got it to Blair. You know, had a chance. They kicked the goal just before the siren sounded. The controlling umpire came in, called it a behind. The non-controlling umpire then said, no, overrode him and said, no, that's not correct. In the end, Fish Creek win by a goal, and our season is over. So, meanwhile, back here at Wonthaggi, it is all the power leading by 54 points, and they've got the free kick in the middle of the ground. It's going to go to Noah Anderson.
Noah Anderson.
Yeah, thanks for correcting me there. Anderson gave it off to Sparks, delivers nicely out wide, and finds on the outer side. Is it Knowles on that far side of the ground? I think it is. He's too far out to score, you'd think, into the breeze. He's got a couple of options presenting, but he decides to get now called to play on, and now he goes to the target in Chug, and well done by Dunbar to shove it towards the boundary line. He gets over in front of Thomas, and we've got a boundary throw in. 12.5, 13 minutes gone, make it, and it is. Wonthaggi 13-8-86, Traralgon 5-2-32. Got an AFL score for us at all, Boxer? How'd the scores go? I know you're normally on special comments for Carpet Country, but we'd like an AFL score. Yeah,
well, it's full-time at the MCG, and it was your team, Richmond 14-17-101. They defeated North 10-12-72.
Quick one back here, top of the square. Now Anderson fights hard at ground level. Squirts at the top. Dunbar was there to mop it up. Gave it quickly off to Collison. He barrels it towards the boundary line. The target there was Halliburton. Stays in the field of play. Head over there was Hayes. Halliburton impeded the handball. Josh Hamilton comes in, puts Snyder under pressure. Coming the other way was Bates. Harley had only eyes on the footy. Squeezed a handball to Blair. Sliding in was Jack. Hamilton stands up. Gives it to Ambler. Shrugs one. Kick was smothered. Bates is working hard. He threw that backwards to Hayes. Kicks it to half forward. And coming out is Anderson, sliding and diving. And takes the mark. Rolls quickly. Gets to 55, pierces it in towards Mobilia. Can't complete the mark. Membry taps it in the direction of Sparks. He tried to duck the shoulder. Handballs over the top. Davey, don't tell me! Tommy Davies got a handful. Electrifying inside forward 50. And the man's got 5.
And I think it's that quick movement from Wonthaggi to get it into the forward line. It took a couple of goes, but eventually they did get it, and they broke free and had a nice little sneaky kick around the corner from about 10 metres out.
And it's a 10-goal margin now, 60-point margin in Wonthaggi's favour. We are 14 minutes into the final quarter, and on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, Wonthaggi 14-8-92, leading Traralgon 5-2-32.
Boxer,
Scores. Update. 1 point game. We've got a 1 point game. It's 8 minutes to go in the last quarter. The Suns 12-7-79. They lead the Blues 11-12-78. Come on, Suns.
Howe with a clear tap down and working hard. Sparks and D'Angelo. What a battle that has been. 2 young guns of the competition. Ambler decided to kick it off the ground. Marsh is on the far side. Left it behind in the puddle. Hayes works hard and lets it go. That's a bit more than that. Looks like a river, a pond out there.
A moat.
Marsh. No, moat goes around it. Marsh kicks around the body. Finds touch in front of Knowles. We've got a boundary throw in. I think you've been banished, Boxer, for special comment. Your voice is gone. Shot completely. The amount of texts and phone calls we've had.
I just had another one to say,
yep,
enough.
Give it up.
Give it up.
Howie, how are you going with call by call?
No, I reckon Boxer can keep going.
No, I don't think so. Free kick from that stoppage. Advantage will be paid. Tiziani will win it and go towards centre half forward. Lopez in the front spot of Lindsay. Left it behind. McMahon squeezes one out to Little. He handballs to some open space where Cunico can wait and just prop and gather. Handballs over the top to Snyder. He's under pressure. Kick goes backwards in the end because it was smothered. Cunico gave it back to Little. Little's kick finds Hamilton. That's Josh. Half forward flank. It's been called to play on now. Right foot kick. Goes deep towards Schilling. Gets out the back. Reed's there, though. Well read by the power defence. Gives it backwards to Bates. Can turn inboard and come towards the near side. And he can find Williams. 16 minutes gone, final quarter. Williams kicks it out towards no one really. Howe will come and do a big spoil over the back. Blair flew. Couldn't take the mark, and we've got a stoppage. There's 2 guys doing special comments, and they both don't want to talk.
Were you pointing at me then?
I think it was a tap down. Do you want me to do it or not?
You're on special comments, so when there's a pause in play, I'd like you to jump in and give us a special comments for Carpet Country. One of you blokes, can you give me a hand? It gets towards half the wing area, and Lindsay puts it over for a boundary throw-in.
There is a boundary throw-in now, Scott.
There we go. Special comments, all thanks to Carpet Country.
Sorry, boys, got a bit distracted.
17 minutes gone. The margin's at 60 points in the end. Traralgon have been gallant. This scoreboard doesn't look good now, unfortunately, for them. Harley in the front spot. You heard the groan. Looking for the free kick. Out the back was Bray. Good to see him getting through the game. He'll be better for the run. And another stoppage.
I had a bit of I raised my eyebrows when Paul Carter said 42 points at the start of the game for Wonthaggi. Well, he's right on the money. It's actually even better than that, but right on the money, Paul.
First time round these sides, what were the margin, Howie? Can you remember what that was in the first time they met?
It was a bit similar.
70-something points might have been.
Similar.
So Harley in the ruck duties, got it out. Little tap forward from Blair was beautiful. Bates gave it across now to Murray, who left it behind. Cunico was there to mop it up. Left foot kick around his body. Chug's got the sit. Just slipped through his hands. Snyder, nicely done. Handball to Ambler. Ambler's kick inside forward 50. Needed to lower the eyes to Rauders. Howe will sock off the ground. Oh! And Andrew Howe looked up and went, I love a Zambrero. Unfortunately, it's a minor score, Paul Carter.
5-3-33 Traralgon. Trailing Wonthaggi 14-8-92. It was 103-27 earlier in the season.
Are those pads regulation?
Yes, they are.
Okay,
you don't get the Zambrero. Of course, they're craving a burst of flavour. Look no further than the toasted burrito. Now at Zambrero, Traralgon, and also in Warrigal, the new store, Victoria Street. Hayes has it. Chisels a kick to Schultz. Lights are on. No rain. We've had an okay day down here in South Gippsland. Schultz goes out wide to Bray on his defensive 50 for the power. It's going to be an interesting finals campaign that's coming up in a few weeks' time. These two sides will play finals, that's for sure. The Power might just finish on top of the ladder and have a week's rest. This is good clinical football at the moment. Lindsay goes in towards half forward. They're going to go coast to coast. Dawson's got one out wide. Chug has a little bit of space on his defender in Snyder. Chug has it. He's looking for an option. Mobilia presents. He goes there and Mobilia gets shoved. Play on. In fair. Membry came the other direction. Jacobson with the hero of the football. Got a free kick.
Put his head over the footy, put his body on the line and just got his hands on it and just drew the free kick. So just steadies it down now for Traralgon to try and get it out of defence.
That was good build-up by the Power, though. Jacobson clears it out wide to find Snyder. Has to work hard because he dropped the mark. He had a player come off the bench in Halliburton to give him a bit of a hand. He got a handful of weight. Chug so nimble, but this time he coughs the footy up. Schilling just kicks it and it lands in the lap of Hamilton. He's got two options. Inboard he goes to Ambler, to hand off to Halliburton. The kick goes to centre half forward. Williams with a double fister with a spoil. Tiziani grabs it, barrels it back towards the centre of the ground. Blair does well. Jacobson the other direction, shoves Blair out the way. Gives a handball to D'Angelo. Inboard to Ambler. Schilling's under pressure. Was up to the task. Over handball to Cunico. Inside forward 50 again. Howe will come and fly and cause a contest. Good boy, young fella. And the boundary throw in will occur 15 metres out, 20 minutes gone, 59 points.
I think the Achilles heel of Traralgon too, they play short down back as well, so a lot of sides, especially on a dry day, could really stretch them. Even though we've had wet conditions, they've still kicked 14 goals, Wonthaggi. So there's one thing that Traralgon I've noticed with them today as well.
Good to think about our Gippsland live player of the day, thanks to Traralgon Mazda. We'll have a chat to them after the game. The Zambrero goal of the day is just about wrapped up, I'd say, but trying to get a little late one was Connor Ambler from the stoppage. Rushed through for a minor score. Harvey Norman computers this weekend only get 10% back in Harvey Norman gift cards on Microsoft Surface, Laptop 5 and Pro 9.
Traralgon 5-4-34, trailing by 58 points. Wonthaggi 14-8-92, almost 21 minutes played, final turn.
That deal must end on Sunday. The Power defence are easily able to run this out. And Murray with a strong mark in the middle of the ground.
Murray's been strong today. He's been strong on the ground and also strong in the hands.
That was a good mark there. Squares it out wide towards Williams. He goes down the line. He's got Thomas. He can mark on his own. He wants to move it quickly. There's one-on-ones inside the forward 50. Traralgon get a couple of numbers back. They go to the pocket and it's going to land on the chest. Nicely done of Aidan Lindsay. And the veteran comes out. This will be one that he'll look back. He'll like to put this one through in front of his faithful of the Wonthaggi social rooms, but decides to go inboard where Hayes was there, trying to get it back to Anderson, but picked off by Connor Little. Barrels one into the middle of the ground here at Wonthaggi Rec Reserve. Knowles gives a handball to Blair. He goes backwards to Bray, and Bray will square it out wide. And he can find a target on the outer side. It's Tiziani. His right foot kick goes back to Knowles. Forward build-up. Maroons have got a couple of loose players back now. Knowles has to just wait for someone to lead and present, and they do just that. And Lindsay takes the mark and rolls around from 50. It's going to be a scrubber that's going to not quite even make 25 out. Membry comes in for the Maroons. Handballs 15 metres to the top of the 50, and we've got a stoppage. 22 minutes gone. Even
with all those Traralgon players going back into the back 50 there, Wonthaggi was still able to find a space to kick into.
Certainly were. Top of the 50 it goes. Howe with the tap down. D'Angelo with their head over the footy. Huther has to do some groundwork. Able to get a handball away. And we're going to have another stoppage again, Boxer.
Yeah, it looks like the North Gippy are keeping up to date with their scores, especially now they're in finals now too.
Yeah.
So
what have we got?
Nothing.
Half time.
Absolutely nothing. So...
Well, let's see if we get another one here. You know the score here. It's a 58-point margin as Tiziani will kick around the body from 40. Won't make the distance. Anderson tried to track it at ground level. Working hard is Harley. They go to ground and he's hurt his arm. Harley's in a bit of strife. That's not what you want if you're a Power supporter. Harley just stuck one hand out. Wouldn't be surprised. He gets a hand up. The guy, Davey's going to pull him up by the arm, but it's the good arm. His left arm. It's a bit hard to tell. He's got the long sleeves on. He's going to stay out there, so that's a great sign. That's a stinger, Boxer.
It's called a stinger. Yep. Thanks for that.
So boundary throw in. Kick off the ground there by Snyder. Tom Hamilton takes it quickly, wrapped up in the tackle. And a sling tackle. And fair enough too. As a younger brother, Josh, comes in to fly the flag, and not one other Traralgon guy wants to. The young brother says, I'll stick up for me older bro. He's okay, the big fella. He kicks it out wide to Schilling. Bit of a worry there for you on that occasion. Big sling tackle.
Yeah, and you'd like to see maybe someone come in and fly the flag to the young bloke.
Kick down the line. Hurrigan couldn't take the mark, and the Power got numbers all around this. In the middle of the ground again, Lindsay's had a big afternoon. Paul Carter will get to his stats in a moment for us. Lindsay, chip kick inside towards Hayes, just couldn't quite mark it. Lindsay's going to go again. Does a don't argue on Jackson McMahon. The veteran's getting better. Right foot kick inside 50 again, although this time Collison can take the mark and relieve the pressure for the Maroons to get it out wide. Marsh takes the mark. We got Lindsay's stats, Paul?
29 disposals. He's had 24 disposals, 6 this quarter.
And again, that forward thrust from Tate Marsh is picked up by Bray. They square it across to Knowles. We've travelled 24 minutes, final quarter. Knowles has it. Reuters tries to run him down. He's got numbers there. Huther with the slips catch. Diving, takes the mark. Moves it. Kick was smothered by Hurrigan. Schilling handled over his shoulder. Back there was Bates to relieve the pressure. Handle out wide to Tiziani. He can just chip it over the top. Jackson Williams takes the mark and wants to slow things down. Harley's coming off now, Howie. Interesting.
Yeah, he's holding that arm. He's not really moving too well, but it's a bit cold out there, so it's still maybe just a stinger.
Well, the game is done, so you don't want to take any risk, but it'll be interesting to see how he comes of that one. 25 minutes gone. As meanwhile, back here, is it Davey again? Have we missed something? Did Davey kick 6?
He's kicked 6.
I was watching Harley. That's more importantly, Harley. We want to make sure he's right. But Davey now has 6.
6.
He might be our player we have a chat to.
I think he will be. Scott, I think he's had a great afternoon as well. I think he's like a rejuvenated player now, because I reckon he was at that crossroads at the start of the year where his spot was in the side. He came and then he came on fire when we started kicking a couple of goals here and there as a small forward. Then all of a sudden, he's kicked 31 goals for the year.
He's just made the most of every opportunity today, hasn't he? Every time he's had his hands on the footy, he's looked really dangerous around goal. 26 minutes played in the final quarter. And on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, we have a 64-point lead to Wonthaggi. They are 15-8-98, leading Traralgon 5-4-34.
So we've got a blood rule.
Blood rule.
Yep, Schultz is coming off with the blood rule. It's just a cut on his knee at the moment. He'll get that sorted out.
So big moments thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. New convention and reception centre now open, complete with a stunning 300-seat function room. For inquiries and bookings, head to moorebowls.com.au. Huther does a little bit of groundwork again here. Another secondary stoppage.
I've received a bit of an update. 3/4 time, Woodside up by 41, but I don't know the full scores.
All right, they're going on their way. Huther read that one better out of the ruck. Little quick kick. Collison tried to kick it off the ground. It was smothered by his opponent in Anderson. Nice little pick-up. Goes backwards by hand to Tiziani. Tiziani goes to Huther. Then they go to Anderson. They're going to go backwards, or he goes lateral. Beautiful kick. Found the vision of Chug. Centre half forward now for the Power. It's a 64-point margin. They kick towards Murray. Marks at the top of the 50, does Murray. And the siren sounds. Murray says, nope, I'm not going to have a shot from 55. It's a 64-point margin at the end of the day. Wonthaggi were clinical in the end, especially after half-time. They absolutely slammed it on. And Traralgon weren't able to kick a goal from the 22-minute mark of that second quarter. Final score seed, Wonthaggi 15-8-98. Defeat Traralgon 5-4-34. And we have a final score there, final margin of 64 points. We've got all the post-game coming up after the break. It's Gippsland Live. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.